Greetings, mortals, and welcome back.
I'm early by less than a minute. Hey, Malkus. It's an early day. Imagine that. Not showing up 10 minutes late. I live forever and ever. Let's see. Give me a second. We're going to open up the change log. Oh my goodness. So, Shield GM now reduces all magic damage and calculation is shown in Vitality. Enchant that used to reduce half of projectiles now changed to reduce magic damage by 15%. It was not working. It doesn't stack with other enchants, but does stack with shield. Interesting. Can only be found in shield, chest, or cloak. Okay, so that's an itemization, optimization thing. So the effect can be crafted with the eye. So that means that that's something that you can work into. Probably everybody's going to need to have that on their cloak for my party, because I'm not going to have anybody with a shield. I guess it could be on chest as well. It doesn't really matter, because those aren't affected by the multiplier on the gear anyway. So, but either chest or chest or cloak. Knight can get disarm up to master. Seraphim can get up to GM. Interesting. Perception is added to the solo skills automatically learned list. Okay, that's super relevant to me, but that's very interesting. So we don't have a knight in the party. We don't have a seraph in the party. So we can mostly ignore that. However, from an itemization perspective, we now have a new enchant that we need to pay close attention to that is going to be important. So that's good to know. So let's plop over to here. Did I need to do another thing? I shared the link. And I did the thing. I think we're fine. I think we're set. Let's do it. So, we're popping over here. We're going to open up this here game. We just finished Goblin Watch, and we have some EXP to spare. Not a ton of EXP to spare, probably, but we have some. It looks like we might have like half a level. We can check if it's viable to... I have not, no. Is this like a new thing that just came out? Yeah, we're going to check if we can get this quest turned in. I guess we can't do it until morning anyway. Let's see, we have 2 levels. Do we have any other quests here to turn in? I don't think so, right? I think it's just there. Yeah, I don't follow like modding news very closely. Basically, people tell me about things in chat, and then I sometimes look at them, right? And sometimes I don't. So let's see how much EXP we got there. That was not enough experience to tick us up to the next level in the first place. So that's actually great for us. No. Don't do that. Let's see. Reduces magic taken by damage taken by 25%. So here's a question. Do I have that on anything that it's not supposed to be on? If I do, I'll need to remove those. Yes. So this is not supposed to exist. We're going to get rid of that. And I don't think I have it on anything else. I feel like it was just on that ring. Like, I remembered having... vaguely aware of the world. I am occasionally aware of some components of my surroundings. Generally speaking, not too many.
Ah, it's useless.
So everybody's weak, but I don't think we have any other super pressing issues, right? Let's check everybody actually. Diseased, weak, diseased, weak, diseased, weak. Perfect. Yeah, it used to be that. I'm saying, like, I know that it dropped on a thing that in the current patch it shouldn't be legal for it to drop on, so I'm removing that item because it's incongruous with the current rule set of the run, right? I'm not going to, like, grandfather in the item that couldn't drop now. Let's see here. Let's see. What else do we want to... And I should sell that before I forget. Let's pop over to here. That's a very powerful affix. So that's going to be a big deal when I actually get that on everybody. That is a legendary hammer that I just have sitting there waiting to be thrown away. Let's see here. Do I have anybody who... No, I don't really want to use hammers this run. At some point, I'm going to do a run where I do a very stun-heavy run. I might make an entire run that's tied into, like, stun and thinger effects. Like, have an entire party of people that are using maces or staves. I think that might be a lot of fun. It's probably not going to be super optimal, though. I'm trying to think of, like, a class that has really, really high DPS with GM Hammer. And I'm kind of coming up with a blank. But we could try to make that work at some point. Let's see here. Oh, Knights get Mace Sword GM? I didn't realize that they got Mace. Never mind. Yeah, we could definitely make that work then. Because if I thought that they only got Master or something like that. So if they get GM Mace, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That'll work great. Okay, we're gonna sell a bunch of random stuff. You know, one could argue that I should organize my inventory before I start selling. The max stun party. If I was gonna do it, I would probably do it with... I'd probably have 2 knights, because as a weapon type, maces aren't super high DPS. And I wouldn't have the spear effect in play, right? Because if we're leaning into it hard, right, we want it on every single character. So having 2 knights would guarantee that you have pretty decent, like, DPS throughput regardless. Because a knight can do good damage with any weapon, right? I don't think that there's any weapon that can hold a knight back from doing great damage. I think the knights are pretty just solid. So the it takes a while for them to get off the ground, right? But once they get up and running, they get really solid, and there's not much to hold them back. So do probably Mace Sword. I think Mace Sword for everybody, maybe. So you have at least 1 Paladin, obviously. I don't think that I would need to have absolutely everybody have GM. I think it's fine to have some people who are only master. So you would have a cleric in the party to contribute that. A troll might make sense. The issue is that because mace users generally don't have very high DPS, I am concerned that you'd be missing the DPS from having a second knight more than you'd be missing the regen, because there's a lot of healing in the people that use maces as well, right? So if you have 5 party slots, you have cleric, you have paladin. Those are kind of like a guarantee. You have 2 knights, and then you have a 5th slot. Honestly, no, you need an elemental caster who has access to this. Though you could just not. It would be crazy. But is it just crazy enough to work? It might be just crazy enough to work. So 2 knights, a troll, a paladin, a cleric. I don't think it would be good. You spend a huge amount of the time, you'd spend a huge amount of the game time not having access to certain key buffs. You'd never get access to fly. Well, I should specify. With my rule set where I don't allow the hiring of NPCs, I don't think it would get to a point where it would be a solid pick, just because you're missing out on like such important buffs. But once you've got light magic in play, the buff situation is perfectly good, perfectly solid. And you then have to deal with, but you only have to deal with losing like utility spells as opposed to throughput spells. So it would very much be a party where you walk up to enemies and punch them in the face with your hammers until they die. Though, funnily enough, is the aesthetic of the party is very brute force, while simultaneously it's a party that relies a lot on maneuvering and sort of like subterfuge, because of the fact that you absolutely have to. You don't have to. The party performs best with small groups of enemies because the stun is only going to hit one enemy, right? So because of the fact that you're best off against smaller groups of enemies, where you can like chain stun some of them, you have an interesting scenario there where the party seems like it's brute force, but really you want to like manage enemy packs very carefully and stuff like that. Because if you end up with like one very powerful enemy, you can crush it into the ground because you have 5 people who can proc stuns on it, right? Like it's never getting up once it gets stunned the first time, right? So it would be an interesting dynamic. And then of course, if you're dealing with any group of 5 or more enemies, the stun effect is not inconsequential, but very limited in terms of how useful it is. So yeah, you could have, because you'd have 2 characters that can cast Shared Life. I like having 2 characters with Shared Life. You'd have, I think that would work. I will say, if you wanted to compromise the integrity of the run a little bit and go not quite maximum mace, which admittedly by adding the cleric you're already not quite maximum mace because they're only getting master mace, but there's a big difference between not having a mace equipped at all and just being a master instead of a GM, right? Like those are not the same thing. But if you wanted to go a little bit more balanced for the sake of using a character that actually supports and amplifies what the others are doing, replacing the troll with a ranger because of the GM spear would be helpful. But I don't know. Actually, I feel like because of the fact that that effect isn't unique anymore, it's very good, but it's not completely unique anymore. I don't know that that's something that I would necessarily dedicate a party slot to. I mean, you also get obviously the elemental casting. It's a very great pick. I would think that that would be a better pick, but I don't think that it being a better pick for me would justify doing it over the troll, who better matches the aesthetic while simultaneously contributing a really nice passive benefit. So I think that I would keep the troll. So 2 knights, a troll, a cleric, and a paladin, I think would be a really solid team to try to do a mace run with. Because I do think you're going to need 2 knights. I don't think that if your entire party is mace users, you're going to struggle so hard with damage until Armsmaster starts making the knights go completely batshit, right? Like until the knights start getting really out of control, you're going to be relying on the fact that there are 2 of them.
Can I help you find anything?
You're going to be relying on the fact that there are 2 of them. The other thing is that you can actually start using swords if you want, but I don't know. Start using swords instead, because swords do a lot more damage. Because you can use like a 2-hand sword at the beginning, which do quite a bit of damage before you can dual wield. So you could do actually, because the paladin you could get GM shield on. So the paladin you should probably pick up a shield. So you have the paladin, the cleric with a shield. You have dual wield with everybody else, or do you just leave the shield on the cleric and not worry about the paladin? Because you want to do maximum mace. It's hard to say. I think that it would be more optimal to use a shield. I think that would be better to use a shield in the offhand.
Can I help you find anything?
Because that's not the character that's meant to be contributing the DPS. But bear in mind that by putting a sword in your offhand, you are increasing the rate at which you get the procs. So it's leaning into the like aesthetic of the run. It's leaning into the thing. So hard to say. Let's sell this before I forget about it. Because I looked at it and I went, oh, I should equip that. And I'm like, no, don't equip it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That item isn't legal. Get rid of it. It can't drop anymore. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a fun run. Okay, so we're going to abandon this run right now. No, we're not going to abandon this run right now. Oh, we have 2 of them. Okay. We had 2 illegal items sitting around, tempting us toward evil ends.
Can I help you find anything?
Okay. We still need master repair. What was I doing? Right, I need to do something else in 6 to get a little bit of experience. We need probably like a 10th of a level or something like that of EXP here before we can move on. Is there anything left in Iron Fist Exterior? I don't think so, right? I think we were moving on to Booty Bay now. Bootleg Bay. Bootleg Bay. It's full of booties, but it's bootleg. It's confusing. Confusing. Because everyone's wearing a loincloth there, right? Okay, so we can't get to Mist today, and since we can't get to Mist today, we will just walk over to Iron Fist, unless we can get to Iron Fist today. Let's see here.
Hello, come on in. Coming right up.
Let's see.
Need a ride? Hitch up the horses.
We can actually travel to Castle Iron Fist. Imagine that. Everybody's so sick. Everybody's so sick. It's me over the weekend. Me and Kaz were both not well over the weekend. It was very sad. We had like a cool like event that we were gonna go to do like it was like a tree planting event or something like that. And everyone who was going to go got sick.
Look at the well done.
Everyone got
Well
sick
done.
the day of.
Well
Well,
done.
some people got sick before the day of, but me and Kaz actually got sick the day of. That's not true. We were definitely sick before that, but we were not comparing symptoms and realizing, oh wait, we like actually are sick until the day of, and it was very sad that we weren't able to go to that. But yeah, we had another friend who had to go to the doctor like 2 days prior because it was like, oh, I am ill. Okay, we can get Expert Dagger now, which means that we can dual wield. Do we have the money? We have 139 grand? Holy shit. We're rich. Okay, you can't do anything with your magic skills. I need to get everything to 8 in order to boost it up to the levels. You need some stuff. Do I want to get repair up to 10? If I get repair to 10, do I have any gear that gives me repair anymore, or did I throw all of it away because I'm a dope? I feel like I threw all of it away because I'm a dope, right? Like, I threw literally everything that I had with repair on it away. Because I had, like, a sword with repair. Whoa! We have, like, a whole inventory's worth of random garbage here. Okay. Yeah, this is all the stuff that I made with the, thinger. Sell this. Just see an entire inventory full of weapons.
In the land.
Should be another one here, right?
This
Oh, interesting.
This item's weak.
Arms Master and Sleep and Unconsciousness immunity? That's pretty fucking good. Actually, that's a real good item. On a ring?
Come again.
Hell yeah. Frickin' hell yeah. You have Arms Master already, right? You already have a +6. So I think I'm going to start investing in Arms Master on this character. We have Sleep and Unconsciousness immunity here, so let's do this. Sleep and Unconsciousness immunity on my most tanky character, I guess. Okay. Just prevent them from getting insta-gibbed. We have boots with 7 Arms Master. We need to start investing in Arms Master and more people. You have access to Expert already. Who gets arms? You don't need it. So we only have 3 characters that can use this item. You can't use Arms Master anyway. So it's definitely going to you. We're getting Arms Master up to 8. We're not going to be getting it to the point where we're doing anything too crazy with it anytime soon. But we have Arms Master boots on you. Everybody's got an Arms Master gear. Everyone's got an Arms Master gear. That is to say that they have like a little gear that you would put in a machine, and anyway, it's a whole deal. So, don't even worry about it. This is a house. Isn't there an armor shop up here? Yes.
Finest armor in the land.
Look, I know the layout of the game that I've been playing for 30 years. This is unarmed skill. This is unarmed skill. Actually, I don't necessarily need to worry about this because I know that I'm not going to have unarmed skill on my chest.
Come back soon.
Yeah, I already took my meds. Don't even worry about it. They don't make meds for acid reflux. That's actually a lie. They do make meds for acid reflux. But the meds for acid reflux are, I believe, fairly serious business. And my reflux is not bad enough to justify using it usually. The reflux medication you only want to put into play when it's bad enough that it's causing like a recursive loop, which has happened in the past. So there have been times where my reflux has actually gotten bad enough where the coughing is so bad, and this happens all the time. I had 3 of these. Anyway, the coughing gets bad enough that it causes my stomach acid to come up, which triggers more coughing. So you end up in this feedback loop where the coughing that's caused by the reflux is making the reflux worse. In that case, you need to use the meds to get a hold on it. I haven't had that problem since I was in my early 20s. But the thing is that I didn't know what it was. I've had it my entire life, but I didn't realize that it was acid reflux because I don't get heartburn usually. Heartburn is a fairly rare condition for me. So I get it occasionally, but I never get it enough that it's like I would think about it, but I always have the cough. But the cough is actually a very common lone symptom of reflux, which I did not realize. Anyway, fun fact. And it's also funny because anytime I'm like seeing movies, like you know how when you're watching a movie or playing a video game or whatever, they'll have the person who's going to die go and do their little cough to indicate that they're dying, right? It's very like funny and concerning to me because I'm always coughing all the time. And I always feel like I'm coming off as like the tragic character that's about to die. And I know that's not really how people are interpreting it. They're just like, you are clearly sick. But like, because, you know, in the real world, people cough because they have a cold. But like, people just don't get colds in media, right? Like, exactly. In media, it's like, it's the death flag, right? It's not the, this is a blacksmith. What am I thinking? I walked into the wrong building. I need to sell something or he's going to yell at me, and I can't accept that. My social anxiety just will not allow such a prospect to happen, except it might have to, because I don't know that I have anything I can sell you. I do. Perfect. Whew. No, narrowly avoided having to sell a legendary just to not piss off an NPC who doesn't exist. Okay, nailed it. Now, Bless Fate. Anything else that we need from the Initiate Guild of Spirit? Preservation, Remove Curse. We should probably pick up another copy of Remove Curse at some point, but I do want to be careful with my finances. We have one copy of Cure Poison, I believe. Yes. Do we have a copy of Cure Paralysis? Let's find out. Because I don't think I have anybody with Mind Expert. I need to get Mind Expert soon. So it's not going to be you because you have too many skills that you need to get to justify doing that. Though maybe I should just get Expert Everything. I can't afford that. Can't afford that. I don't really need the Expert Magics right now that much, because I needed Expert Air for jump. I'm mostly going to be maintaining Preservation as my primary thing for quite a while. I'm not going to be able to invest deeply enough to make a huge difference. So a Spiritus needs to get Spear skill and Sword skill. So we might as well pick up the Sword skill now, right? Because we need Sword up to Master. We're not going to be using axes on this character. I made a mistake putting all these points into here. It's not a huge deal for the late game, and I'm weird, so I'm probably not going to get those points back. I'm not going to get the refund on that. But we are going to get Sword to Expert, I think. Can we get Sword Expert here? I know we can get Dagger Expert here. I feel like we can get Sword Expert here too. If we can get Sword Expert, I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere. This is Spirit Master. So we can get Master and GM Spirit, except we can't get GM Spirit because we don't have anybody who can get GM Spirit. Expert Bodybuilding is here. It's very funny. They very heavily push us toward getting Expert Bodybuilding early on. Let's pick it up on both of these people because 20 grand, 30 grand. So this is going to cost us, let's see, an extra 10 grand for every skill that we pick up. Expertise in with these two characters. Is that worth it right at this moment? You need to get body expert at some point. You need to get axe expert at some point. Is the axe expert here, actually? I feel like the axe expert might be near the disarm person. I don't have merchant GM yet. I'll have it available eventually. I will not have it eventually. I have merchant master eventually. I need to go to Dagger Wound. At some point. Okay, I think I know where I think I remember where the sword person is. The sword expert, I know where they are. And I'm gonna go there. First shot. We're doing it. First try. Let's go. I remembered where the sword guy is. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, we got to the sword expert. That's a huge upgrade. So with sword at normal, you get 102. At expert, you start scaling speed. So that's a huge upgrade to start scaling speed, like at all, because it means that you're going to actually have a scaling factor that you didn't have before. Really solid pickup there. Knife, we can pick up expert, and we've blown through only about half of our money. That's not too bad. And you are sitting at 1,000 vitality. 1,000 vitality is pretty close to my minimum vitality. That's my vitality is higher than I thought on people. We have 131. We have 166. Okay. Anything else that we need to do? Yeah, we need to spend the rest of our skill points. So, skill points. You have body up to expert. You have regen up to the point where you can get expert. You don't have arms master at all. I forgot to invest into arms. So we're going to invest 4 points into... We're going to invest 3 points into arms. And that should help us a little bit. The overall damage of the party is fairly consistent at the moment, it looks like. How are we doing on... Yeah, we're still in a position where damage is fairly even between the different characters. We don't necessarily need regen up to 8 yet. Like, it's not a critical thing. Unholy is going to be cheap, so we want to pick that up. I don't think we need sword mastery because we're a minotaur. We have plate, which we could get up to 8 to get expertise if we want. I think I'm going to invest repair up to 10. I don't think it's going to solve my problem. It did! I wasn't expecting that to actually solve that problem, but that's pretty huge. So this is going to be a fairly decent upgrade for you. Is this an upgrade for you? This gives me increased power and reduced durability. Oops. Don't have any leather users who necessarily... Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about that. But that is a good fit, actually. That looks pretty cool. I like it. Let's see here. And it gives you no problems at all. Right, that's not the liches thing. Okay, so we're saving the game. And what else do we have left that we need to do? Anything? I think we're looking for Arms Master Expert, which we will presumably get once we get to Freehaven. We have the ability to get Ascension, which I don't think we need. We have Expert Dagger. We want Expert Arms Master at some point. We definitely want Expert Regen. Expert Leather is something that's potentially very valuable for this character because the armor is very high. right? Like an artifact is going to have very high armor compared to most other options. Obviously, the plate, getting plate to expert is going to be a pretty big upgrade. This character needs blood and unholy. I think. How expensive are the expertises going to be in the grand scheme of things? Let's see. How many skills do we need? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the last skill is going to cost 80 grand to get. Total cost is going to be what? There's how many of them? It's 80 grand the 8th one. So if 80 grand is the 8th one, are there 8? Are there only 7? Why did I think it would cost 80 grand? It's just, you're just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, are there 6? No, there's 7. It's 4 and 3. So 4 and 3 is 7. So it should be cost 70 grand to get all of them up to expert. They're not to get the last one to expert. That is. So if it's between 1 and 70, it's what, like 40 grand times 7. So that's 280 grand. I think it's 280 grand. I might have gotten it wrong, but I think you can just add the values together, have like the bottom of the top of the range, add them together, have them, and multiply them by the range. If you're doing a linear increase like that. So assuming the tool that I was using to do that is correct, which I believe it was, it should be 280 grand. So if it's 280 grand, then the cost of an individual skill being increased might not matter as much now, because my finances are going to keep going up, especially once I get up to expert merchant. So I think we get expert bodybuilding. This character is more of a problem, but this character also needs the durability more. So I don't think I can afford to not give them expert bodybuilding right now. They need to have the expert bodybuilding because they have a lower HP modifier than the others in the first place. They have chain, which is a fairly weak durability setup, and they don't have the kind of crazy DPS these two are going to have that allows them to like lifesteal through it. So this is 40 grand already. I can't actually get it for both. It's already 40 grand. Jeez, it's so expensive. So for you, if we get expert in everything, which I think we should have expert in everything by the end, if we get expert in every single one of these skills that we need to have expert, just the expertises are, there's what, 7 magic skills. Let's assume 5. Let's assume spirit and then the 4 elemental magics. Let's ignore getting expertise in the other 2 here. Let's just go with 5 for now, because this is like getting ready for mid game, right? So if we have these set up, we have that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 plus arguably meditation, but I'm probably not going to get expert meditation with any degree of priority. So, did I say 10? We have 2 weapon skills that we're going to need to get expert in. Though we only need 1 in the mid game. The spear is only a late game weapon pickup. We're going to need to get to like 20 some skill in it before we can actually use it for anything useful. So until we're ready to transition to a spear, we don't need to invest in any money into it, which means that if we're looking at GM costs, then we don't need to worry about it nearly as much. So, as in, like, we don't need to worry about the costs of getting expertise at that point because the GM costs are going to be so exorbitantly expensive. So we just have the 5 plus 1 is 6. So 7, 8, and 9. So we have like 9 skills. So that would be 9. So it's like 450 grand, I think. Something along those lines. Is that correct? Should be 90 plus 10 divided by 2 to get the average, which is just 50, and 50 times 9, which is 450. So it should be 450 grand that we have to spend on that, which isn't that bad. 450 grand isn't crazy. So yeah, I think that, especially because Arms Master isn't like a high priority, like Arms Master is a fairly low priority for that. So for this character, because we just have, this person's the only person who's giving us any of these magics for a long time. So I think that we can afford this. I'm going to do it. And do we have the ability to get a bit more money? You actually have a lot of durability already, so I don't necessarily need to invest in getting you that next. Bootleg Bay doesn't give us any new skills available, but that's fine. All right, we're going to just pop over to Bootleg Bay. We have food, so we should be fine on that account. United Potion. The other thing that we should remember is that we have the ability, because we're not doing dungeons infinitely, like we're not just diving into dungeons, like we don't have to do every dungeon when we arrive in an area. And because we don't have to do that, this is a concern. Oh, right, yeah, this is using Might and Magic 8 logic, I forgot. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna show up in a bad place. Or is it using Might and Magic 8? I don't think it is. I think if I was using Might and Magic 8 logic, I wouldn't be here, right? I'd be in a different place. We're gonna go ahead and just pop Rough. Why is your stamina so low? Reloads 1. No. I think that I am in the wrong spot. I think that this is going to take me to the place that I'm at. So, because in the later games, it just takes you to the road area, but, oh, hello. Cool. What's the important matter you've got for me? Our characters grow with a little... Okay. Yeah. What's my task? Enroth, other heroes, help the goobers, telelocator, infuse metal rod, etc., etc. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing for you? Fuse metal rod. Is there anything else I need to bring? I guess not? Question mark? Alright, so that's fine, we'll worry about that later. Let's see here. Yeah, I think once we get the infused metal rod, that's when we actually start the process. Do I want to go in through the roof here? Hey, Asher Kitty. Welcome to the party. I think I am going to just try to go through the roof here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I can go through here. Let's try this. And we are in the green. That's great. Love to be in the green at the start. We're going to save this under danger. We are definitely in danger. So how tough are you? Not that bad. This tier 2 took a couple of rounds of combat to take down. Okay. The nice thing about being up here is that we can block any projectiles that would be coming in. Okay. Let's clear these out now. Ooh, that was an 1100 damage hit. Don't hate that. Ooh, that's concerning. Why are you taking so much damage from? You're definitely not a priority target of these enemies, considering that like none of the components of who you are
I don't know.
were a thing in this one. Okay. Weak. It'd be kind of cool to have enemies that automatically targeted characters who had specific status effects. I think that would be kind of fun. You could also utilize that to do some interesting strategies, potentially. But I don't know that we're ever going to have any encounters that would justify any of that kind of behavior. Yeah, it's a cool idea conceptually. The question is like, what would you use it for? Which, you know, you might have an immediate answer for what you would use it for. You know, I don't have answers there, but it is cool that the whatchamacallit, the systems have the ability to do that built in. At least I assume. Fixator. Ooh! The fixator aspect. It just applies weakness with every attack, and then just exclusively attacks weak targets if given the opportunity. Oh, you were poisoned. Whoops. I didn't notice because your portrait didn't change. I have you diseased as well. Oh right, we need to be paying closer attention. We've cleared a bunch of these, and we're only trying to clear enough to be able to leave. And we can leave now. So we should be going to 7. We're going to get 7 up to the next threshold. I like the idea of using weakness because of the fact that weakness is such a nuisance of a status effect. Actually, you could double dip, where so there's the potential to do two different affixes, but you could double dip with this, where the boss targets either a target with weakness or the target with the lowest HP, and they apply weakness. So they hit a target, they apply weakness on them, and then that target is now the fixation target, even if its HP goes higher. And that leaves room to play with the AI a bit, right? Where you could you could basically pre-injure yourself before the fight so that it's targeting the tank and then applying the thing. But because of the fact that by default, if everyone's sitting at full HP, your lowest HP target's going to be the DPS, and it's going to be fixating on them in a very robust manner. I think that would be a fun dynamic to play with as an affix.
Need a ride?
The thing that I like most with enemy setups,
Hello, come on in.
I really do like. I like to think about. I like to have things where it's like, okay, this is a thing that causes a problem for you. But in addition to causing a problem for you, it also potentially is something that you can exploit, right? Like where it's like there's a component of the way that this thing behaves that gives you a problem to solve, but also because of the fact that it's doing this consistent behavior, you can lean into that behavior and exploit it for your own ends. I think that that's a cool dynamic. I think do we feel like we're going to get a small enough amount of experience? Do we think we're going to get less than a level of experience doing a dungeon? I don't think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to Arathia. We're going to try to get a level of experience. Can we turn in quests? Do we have any quests that are done here? Because I don't want to clear out a huge amount of world maps before we start doing the dungeons. Oh, actually, wait. We can leave at 65%. So if we're running low on EXP, we can leave. So yes, we're going to go to...
Come in, come in.
Did I grab your quest? I did not. We're going to go grab the Archomage deck. And I'm going to make sure that I have the quest, because I don't think I need to have that item. I don't think I need that quest in order to pick up the item, but we're going to grab the quest anyway, just in case. This is also expert dodging and I'm armed. Master Fire. So... It would be so sad for the tanks, though. So sad. Just like, oh yeah, okay, well, you know, I already didn't do much damage, and now I'm just stuck and weak all the time. But also, like, anytime you rest or anything, it cures weakness. Weakness is a very trivial status effect to remove in a way that makes it it makes it a pain in the ass to try to exploit it, like, on a permanent basis. I guess people would probably do it anyway, but like, if you want it to be really mean, something that you could do is make it so that every time it hits the same target, it does more damage. Well, in a dungeon, you can still, like, just spend time, right? Like, you can just wait until dawn in a dungeon. Or can you not do that now? I mean, you could also just set it to double time, right? But yeah, what that would do is make it so that you wanted to, like, get the target to shift, which would make it very difficult if you had one character that was... Yeah, that if you had one character who was always going to be the minimum HP character, that would be kind of mean-spirited. I should stop talking because eventually, excuse me, eventually it's just going to get really cruel and mean-spirited with the suggestions that I'm giving. Because I'm just thinking, like, you know, how do you make it so that people don't necessarily want to just leave the weakness on a tank and call it a day? Which is not necessarily a problem. Maybe that is a meta that you want to encourage. Maybe it's not. You don't know, right? But, like, and then realizing, like, oh, yeah, well, what you could do is you could be really mean. Just be as mean as humanly possible. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, I need to get in there. Please. Okay. And we established that this is a pretty good corner. Let's see. Yeah, adding more boss aspects is good. It's just a matter of how many people do you want yes-anding the nasty ideas at the same time? Like, oh yeah, we could do this. Throw it back to the other person. Oh yeah, and then we could do this because this like would synergize well with that and do this. Oh well, then we could do this thing. Just keep throwing it back and forth, getting more and more cruel. This is why there's one dungeon master in D&D, actually, because if you have more than one dungeon master, it creates a cruelty vortex that ends up with all the players being dead permanently all the time. This is a well-researched phenomenon. Wait, do I have something hitting me from behind this whole time? I think we're probably fine here, actually. We can probably handle most of these fights without too much difficulty.
Yes.
Okay. Concerning, actually.
I need healing.
I need healing. Okay, I think we're fine. I don't know how hard the bosses are going to hit, but these don't seem to be hitting that hard. I say as Wukera just, like, gets obliterated in a fraction of a second. Okay. Nope. Don't do it. Don't feed. Don't feed. Okay. We have a queen here, so we have to be careful. I mean, we also have 17,000 of them, in addition to the fact that one of them is a boss, but, like... And they can also poison, so I got really lucky there. I didn't even check for poison while I was waiting for them to come back up. Oh god. I think there might be multiple queens in this pack. But yeah, I think that the thing that I think would be interesting.
Who wants some?
Can you cast status effect spells on yourself? Like if you have paralyze is a light magic spell, right? If you had paralyze, could you cast it on yourself? Because if you could, then you could really just pull some like Nocturne shit with this. And if you were designing like not like just a normal boss affix, but if you were designing like more of like an ultra boss, like you could really do some Nocturne level shenanigans if you had the ability to like. Because the key question is, how does the player manipulate who's going to get targeted? Right? That's the fundamental question. It's like, how do you manipulate which character is the target of the attacks if you can't, like, really manipulate that directly? This is a bad thing to try to just brute force. Which is fine, because I'm kiting and not brute forcing it. And then I ran... Where the fuck is the hole? Where's the hole? Jesus! Okay, well, I just killed myself, didn't I? I need you cured. Not enough spell... Oh, wait, there's an explosive one that just smacked me. That's so fucking sad. I just completely screwed the pooch there. I just did not know where the hole was. That's so funny. I don't think I've had a catastrophic failure on that level in a while. I self-destructed there so hard. Okay, we're going to need to reload again because we have a swapper that swapped us inside of a pack that we can't move out of. Holy shit.
Let's go in.
But actually, given how that went, I think that we probably just want to pull them in small groups and hope there isn't a swapper that swaps us in a way that we can get into range of all of them at once. That was very sad. We have quite a few here. I don't really like that. I really don't like that. We probably just killed ourselves. Yeah, this isn't going to be a good... We don't want to fight here. Ooh. Negative 546. Okay. We doing punishments today, friends. There's going to be some punishment in play.
Let's go.
We are going to have to just pop out here because there's no way that we're going to do this without getting... I think boss. Shit. You got up just in time to get pegged down.
I need healing.
That's so sad. Oh man, we're gonna have some reloads here. Do I want? Is it better for me to go the route of the slimes?
I bet it's going to be bad.
Slime route, because this is not. This is gonna involve getting through way too many packs. I think there's gonna be a bunch of like variants in terms of the strength of each pack that I don't really want to have to deal with. Why? No! Why did I run myself out of mana? I'm such a dope. Wow. If I had realized that I had run myself out of mana, I would have been fine, because I can just ramp up the side, but I thought that I had the mana. That is... the self-destructiveness that's happening right now, I am fully self-destructing.
Looks like this one's alright.
That was gonna be fine. Like, we were there. Okay, we're aggroing these. Rotating around. Getting in the corner.
I need healing.
Whew, boy. That was rough. And it's going to keep being rough, because we're not done yet. We have to wait for these to leak. Once these have finished getting in here, we can start clearing them. Oh, we can hit some of them from right here. I don't think very many. Yeah. We just hit the ones that have leaked the furthest to the left, I think. Let's see. Okay, so the ones there are currently hitting us, and then they died. Unfortunately, we have like a fairly weak pack here. It's really unfortunate that I wasn't able to save there. I was trying to clear my way back to the entrance so that I could save. And yes, we do have to be concerned about being pretty much one-shot by these. By the bosses, at any rate. The bosses can basically one-shot us. So we need to be very careful. And not fuck up. If I had gotten myself into that corner, I would have been fine. It's just that I completely lost track of my position in space. And knew that if I like was dicking around next to the boss for any longer, like the next hit was almost certainly going to kill me. Because if the person who gets who can cure poison gets hit, it's over. And there were only 3 targets left to hit.
Nice shot.
Okay. Yeah, we should have this done at a fairly reasonable pace. Actually, now that I think about it, we can just do this place if we do this, this is at 19. The others are both at 18, right? Give me a second. I'm gonna need to check my thing. I think. No, right? Like, I'd be getting that up to... Yeah, I think I do... I need to get... No, I have like a whole extra level to play with. When that gets to 19... I can stay here... Right? I can stay here until that gets to 20 in theory. So yes, I should be able to. So I should be able to just clear. I don't need to like. Yeah, so I think that I'll be able to do a dungeon, as long as they're small dungeons that are only going to give me like a single level. I think I can just do dungeons. Okay, that's a queen. I'm not super confident about fighting a queen.
Who's next?
Ooh, well, I'm even less confident about fighting a queen under those circumstances. Let's get ourselves in position. Okay, queen's toast. That's a poison effect.
I'm wounded.
We do have all the things up right here. Oh, right. Did I equip my... I don't think I equipped a dagger on you, did I? I didn't equip it. I got you expert dagger and then didn't give you a dagger. Do I not? Do I even have a dagger? I don't even have a dagger left, do I? I don't have a dagger to give you. Oh, okay. So once we find a dagger, we'll have to equip it immediately. Because I am a lunatic and got rid of my... dagger. Let's see. I don't want to try to loot that. I don't want to try to loot the walls until I have saved, because I'm not sure. The trap damage is increased, so I'm not positive I can survive the hit. I presume that I can, but I don't presume so strongly that I'm willing to do that without having saved first.
Who wants some?
Okay, so those are just chilling over there. I'm assuming that some of them are going to eventually rotate behind me. There's at least one of them over here.
Who's next?
Where the hell are you? Though, I actually don't know where that one is. Because it looks like it's inside the wall, but I don't. Is there a way in there? I guess there must be. So we got these to start approaching. We can clear them out. We're getting close to the 60% margin, and we have barely gotten any experience, right? Yeah, we've barely gotten that up to 19. So... Are you... I think the Emerald Oozes can't actually use ranged attacks, so... I don't know how high level they are, so I am concerned about getting hit even by the weak ones.
Oh, yes.
Luckily, we don't have any high-tier oozes here. And they're not immune to physical anymore, so... My guess is they're probably not going to be that dangerous. We're still going to play it safe, though. We have to play it safe until we're able to save. And this is one of those dungeons that we have to kind of clear the bulk of the dungeon before we can do that. Okay, let's grab this. Okay, we have a... Yes, there is a little inlet there that doesn't have an outlet. I'm vaguely recalling this now. I'll jump up. Alright. So, these aren't super dangerous individually, so if they like leak up, it's not a huge deal. So we should be fine. No problem. These, I believe, think they can reach me, but they can't from that direction. But they can reach me by just jumping down, which is a concern because they're only going to try to do it when it's very bad for me if they do. So... I think they might struggle to get back up there, but unfortunately, there are some troubles associated with the attempt there. Monsters are weakened and can no longer resurrect. We should probably just leave, but I am going to clear my way toward the entrance, I think, rather than just take the route that is currently... probably clear. We're going to try to fight our way back out. Oh, never mind. We don't need to. We can save the game here. Save it under dungeon. Very nice. We've cleared sufficiently that we can start checking chests. And we can start checking the other things as well. Okay. So that's a leech. It's probably going to... like make me die. Okay. Just pull it up to here. Unlikely for it to come upstairs, but it might. It might be able to get up. We're probably fine here. And once this is taken out, we'll have this whole side cleared, and we can start looting chests. And do we want to... I think we're going to wait until we have... that's very concerning. Who are you? Okay, you're just a drone, we're fine. Totally fine. That's a cloak. And we know how important cloaks are now.
have too much.
Okay. Jump up here. And we're not going to identify this stuff until we're ready to pop out, I think. I think that's more fun. We'll just identify it all at once. Get a whole pile of stuff. Oh, we also haven't rolled for barrel, so let's roll for barrel. So we're going to use the strategy of just having the value. That's an 8, which means it's a 4. So we're going to go with number 4. Boom, 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 boom. Because if you type in random number generator, it does just generate a number between 1 and 10 automatically. So, and then you have to like reset the variables to get it to give a different parameter. But the that's divisible by 2. So a D10 and a D can be used as a D5. And there's a couple ways to do it. The way that I default to is I just do 1 through 5 is 1 through 5 and 6 through 10 is 1 through 5 again. That to me is the simplest way to do it, because you don't have to do math unless, you know, you only have to do math 50% of the time. The rest of the time you just look at it. And the math that you have to do is very, very simple arithmetic. Very simple subtraction.
I need healing.
Okay, this is a concern because if these are poisonous and we have a character who cures poison and is at like a sliver of HP where they could get poisoned and die, or sorry, and go unconscious at the same time. Luckily, it doesn't seem like we're going to run into that problem. We were able to weather the storm, and we're all good. So we've got 82% cleared. We have a mid-tier ooze. We're going to see what this does. The answer is not apparently a lot. Okay, you know, I stand corrected. It kind of depends on who it's hitting. Holy shit. That's what, water damage? Okay, so yeah, you have 70% water resistance. You have like none. So, good to know. I have very, very weak healing throughput. My lifesteal is okay. That's a boss. My lifesteal is okay. And my regen is okay. Both of those are mediocre right now. Neither of them is particularly special. That's an exploder. And so we do have to be a bit concerned about what I just did. That was a very dangerous play. Go ahead and grab this. Did not kill us. And we're just going to rotate in here. And apparently run straight into a wall again. Okay, so we're going to wait for this to arrive. Once this has arrived, we'll have the bulk of the dungeon complete. Oh shit. Oh, we're in trouble. We need to drop. You better not be poisoned. Okay. I don't know who that is. Okay, it's not the boss. We know that much. We know it ain't the boss.
Nice.
If it was the boss, that would have gone a little differently. Alright, so who dis? They're rotating back this way. I'm actually just going to... oh, we're in the green. Huh. We're going to rotate back over here. We're going to get... I didn't get eyes on this until it was so close to me. Jeez. Okay. The Troglodyte Queen might actually be in a spot where it can't hit me. It can't hit me from here. That might change, but for right now it can't hit me. Okay. Decent amount of HP. Once this is cleared, we're in the green. And I think since this has been cleared, we've got one more boss down. I think we're gonna go outside and save. Because we're at 86% now. I don't want to use my last in-dungeon save right now. So I think we just leave the dungeon and come back. And interesting. If we get that up to, I don't know, we may or may not have enough EXP available to do this. We'll have to find out. So we're going to save this under danger. Not for any particular reason, just because I guess it's technically dangerous. And we pop back in here and let's make this go. So things are going pretty smoothly so far. We've got a solution for how to handle these small dungeons that I think is going to work fairly well. I think that we're going to run into... I think we're going to level up again. We're going to get the bolster level up again when it gets to like 0.9, right? So I think we're about halfway there. So... We'll see. That's a problem. Oh right, I forgot the top tiers are gonna move fast. Ooh, the top tier slimes are a problem. They also have ranged attacks. Oh, shit. Can I use this wall? Yes. It doesn't look like we have any slimes on us, luckily. The top tier slime got distracted. So this is just a couple of relatively weak trogs. Okay. Is this the... That's probably the top tier slime in there. Okay, we'll see how hard that hits. Not super hard. That is... We're going to see if this corner will work. I don't think it will. And I might stand corrected. It's going to work for a while, it looks like. It might not work indefinitely, but it'll work for a little bit at least. Are you poisoned? Nope. I don't think they're doing that much damage. The Emerald Oozes aren't a huge issue. The Sapphire Ooze can probably hit pretty hard, but apparently not. So the Sapphire Ooze might only be a threat on the less durable targets. And we have the Bloodstone Ooze here that has somehow locked itself in a corner that it can't get out of. So this is going to get us to 100%, I would assume. But I don't... Is this the last enemy, though? We got the map completion. It's not the last enemy. And we got the bolster level in Might and Magic 6 up to 19. We haven't gotten it to 20 in Might and Magic 8, which is great. So we should be able to finish the bulk of what's left here. How close are we? 0.8? I think we need like 0.1 more, which means that I think we have space to play with here. I don't think that it's going to get us up to 20.
Who wants some?
Until... And I could be wrong, but the waves might give me enough experience to make things complicated for me. I might, like, basically I might have to spawn the waves, kill some of them, and then, like, flee past the rest if I want to do this. I think we're set with basically everything here, so we're going to save this under dungeon again. And we are going to pop this, pop this. We got the It's a Trap. And we dive into this corner here. These are mostly the weaker ones, which means they're less likely to tick me up. To the next threshold, but it's not done yet because we're gonna have I think there's more that spawn along the way, right? Yes. So this is the second wave. I don't think this is a good spot to fight them, honestly. So we're actually going to walk past them all. And we're going to look for a good place to fight them. Just checking to make sure that we don't need to take more extreme action. We can't fight all of these with melee kiting. There's just too many of them. I might be able to use this corner to block enough of them from coming toward me. Probably not. I think that these can't hit me here, but they think they can, which means they're going to start the animation, which means that when I come out of cover, they'll start hitting me. So that's not going to work. I'm going to pop to this corner. We're going to see if we can make this corner work a little bit. We're basically just looking to whittle their numbers down, especially if we can get this queen. Let's check. Okay, we're still at 19. Disease, or sorry, that's poison. I know what words are. Ooh, this is the right spot. We're in the correct location. We're pulling back. We need to get ourselves back a little bit. Interestingly enough, we should be able to kite these if we need to. And we might not even need to. There's only the one queen in the pack, right? So we'll need to kite the queen because she can do quite a bit of damage, and we don't want to risk like a poison attack. And that is bolster level 20, almost exactly getting to bolster level 20 with finishing up this dungeon. Very, very nice. So we basically got ourselves where we needed to be. And so the next thing on our agenda is we now have Might and Magic 8, which we have like a full 2 levels that we can do in Might and Magic 8. Because if we get 1 level in 6, we're bringing 6 up to the same level as Might and Magic 8. So I think we need to figure out what dungeon we're going to do. We want to do an early game dungeon that's fairly low level enemies, and preferably not enormous, though we could try a bigger dungeon and see how it goes. It would be nice also to do a dungeon that has a lot of quests in it. I think we might want to try to do the Abandoned Temple. The temple gives us... It doesn't give us a ton of quests immediately. It gives us... Wait, where's the chest? Isn't there a chest up here? Am I crazy? I was just coming up here to check the chest. And I'm not seeing it. Okay. Weird. So, let's see. What do we do now? I guess we're just gonna... So we're gonna head back. And I think I might try to do that dungeon. I don't know if it's going to be feasible to get it. There's going to be so many enemies in there that I feel like 2 levels isn't enough for such a major dungeon to get up to 65%-ish, right? So I am concerned that we're not going to be able to finish, but we're gonna try it. And then once we've gotten that done, we go to Might and Magic 6. We try to do the Abandoned Temple there, probably. And so I think we're going to basically rotate between the two Abandoned Temples now. I think that makes the most sense to me. That'll also allow me to get Merchant Expert. Do I want to pop over to Arathia quick? I think I do. I'm going to be dealing with a lot of poison enemies.
Traveling today?
And
Coach leaves right away.
I'm allowed to travel. Travel restrictions are not really a major component of the run. I'm not going to go to like new places, but we've been to Arathia before. We're going to go ahead and trigger the disease cure, just so that when I go into the Abandoned Temple, I can visually see when all my characters are poisoned. Some of the characters you can tell anyway, but like the vampire, you can't tell. It has the same portrait for both. The other thing that I can do, actually, which I should do, is we're going to save this. We don't need to save it under dungeon. We need to save it under test. Other thing we're going to do, we're going to play Arc of Age.
Come in.
So let's see here. We can double our income. I think we do that first because we have Rock Stompers and we want to make use of it. We are going to Fairy Quartz. Nice. We might actually be able to win this with a by actually destroying their tower. We have a lot of recruit income, so let's see. We also might just get enough that we do it the other way, but we'll see. 13 damage. We're probably not doing it that way. That's fine. We're going to do a reinforced wall. We are going to Emerald. We're now about 2 hits off from victory. We're going to hit this. That still lets us use the Warlord. We Warlord it up. That does a pretty good amount of damage. And we're not quite at lethal. I'm going to go ahead and use this because they have very few bricks to play with. We'll use Crystal Rocks. And we don't want to use Crystallize. We want to finish with Crystallize. I'm going to go ahead and use a Gemstone Flaw first. We have a Werewolf. Okay, we can use a Moody Goblin. And it would be really nice. The reason that I wasn't investing into doing the we're done. Perfect. Okay, that's the first Might and Magic 7 Archomage thing done. Oh, also, do we have any skills we want to get expertise in right now that are here? We have Mace here, which we don't need. Mind, which we don't need. Sword, Shield. Trying to think of. I already have access to all these, right? I think I already tagged all those. Mind Expert, Harvest. I think we're okay. I don't think that we need to do any others. So let's just pop over to New Sorpigal again. Oh, actually, before we pop over to New Sorpigal, I'm gonna have to go AFK for a second. So before we go AFK, we'll just take a look at the stuff that we've picked up in that dungeon. Identify item and monster skills. Ring of Speed.
This item's weak.
Killer Club of Magic. Prevents damage from drowning. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
This might be good.
This is an interesting one, actually. This gives a huge amount of extra spell points. So I think I will equip this. How are we on Earth and Fire?
This might be good.
Insanity and SP drain immunity. And... interesting. This
item's weak.
This is a thing that we're just equipping, I guess. So we're going to equip this. This is actually a really clutch item. The Arms Master makes it like a generically useful item. We're going to need to significantly pump Arms Master on this character.
We don't need it.
And
Let's leave it behind.
okay, this is our first. It's so funny. I was looking at this character's DPS after I got expert, and I was like, oh, it doesn't seem like it's really improved that much. And no fucking wonder. They're not even using a weapon that benefits from it at all. Let's see here.
This is nice. We don't need this.
I think that's done there.
Who needs it?
And
It's useless.
there we go. So nothing too shiny necessarily. This is apparently just a stripped upgrade. Does air and body. Okay. The sleep and unconsciousness immunity was on this though, so we don't need that anyway. Okay, let's give it to you, I guess. Where'd you go? This prevents damage from drowning. This is a very, very powerful item. Actually, I think I'm going to equip this. So the reason I want to equip this is I like to have an HP item on characters. I think that that's useful. But in addition to that, preventing damage from drowning on this character lowers the amount of fail conditions that I have. So basically, the other characters shouldn't be taking drowning damage unless Choppily is down, right? If Choppily is up, we shouldn't take drowning damage. So if we put that on Choppily, then if Choppily goes down, at least one of the characters who is unconscious is not going to be dying, right? Because he's not going to be taking damage from the water. And it also makes it way easier to pick him back up, right? He's more likely to be able to get picked back up. So we got the sleep and unconsciousness immunity there. Did we have something else that gave us that? Or no? Looks like we might not have. It's very good to get the sleep and unconsciousness immunity spread to as many people as possible. Do I just keep pumping arms for you? No. We need to focus. So for you, we need enlightenment at 12 when we get our promotion, but until we get our promotion, we don't need it. We're going to need Earth Expert to get Flesh to Stone. And that might be the thing that we need in the most immediacy, honestly. Honestly, these are pretty cheap to get at this point. Do I want to... I think I just put all of these to 8 so that I'm ready when I need it. Like, I don't see any reason to hold off on this. So we get all of these up to 8. That does also mean that I could just take Mind Expert on you. And I think maybe that's what we do. We're going to take Mind Expert on Espiritus. The way that this system works is interesting, actually, because it's... The Ranger is in a better position than you'd think. It's going to be really expensive in terms of money to get all of their expertises, but because of the fact that they, especially because these are shared now, like, they actually have it's going to be really cheap to get, as an example, getting Spear up to the point where I can get the GM Spear. It'll probably cost like 1 to 2 points to get every single level. Like, it's going to be real cheap. I think I'll probably be able to get that up to 20 for like less than 100 skill points. That might not be true, but I feel like it might be. We only had a couple of levels where these were costing 2 skill points, up to 8, and we still have body to tag, right? Like, body still needs to be going up to 8. So we're going to have another whole skill before Spear gets up. So I don't know how long that's going to stay at 1, but it's going to be a while. So I think that actually might not be that bad. Okay, so 1.9. So we're going to go AFK for a moment. I will be right back, and then we will return to this to clear out some more. we bake. Alright, so we're going... I can't believe that the title is actually correct. We actually did delve dungeons. Wild. Let's see here. Because we're going to go to a dungeon now, too. Do we go to the abandoned temple and just try? I think we do. I think we try the abandoned temple. I think that it's going to go bad. I think it's going to go real bad for us. It's gonna hurt. It's going to be pain.
Traveling today?
I think it's worth it, though. I think it's worth it to try. I think Castle... Which direction is which? I don't get to Harmondale from here. East. Okay. Right, of course it's east, because it's... What am I thinking? Of course, the castle... The fortification is in between them and the elves, and the other thing that's in between them and the elves is me. What am I thinking? Geographically, I should know what this is, because I know the geopolitical situation. Look, I don't have an excuse. I have caffeine, and I got plenty of sleep last night, so I don't have an excuse, but... You know, when I come up with one, it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a good one. We'll get to that excuse. Yeah, so in addition to... This is great. This is so good. Because that wasn't even... So I was thinking that I might need to do dungeons... piecemeal as a matter of so the thing that I was worried about was that I was going to have to do dungeons in a piecemeal fashion where I'm doing the 65% and that even then I'm only doing it after I've gotten like a big enough lead. But I think I can probably complete the small dungeons without like also like the barrows are going to be great. Because each barrow is its own thing, right? Like, that's going to be so good. Okay, we're not going here. This is Elroth. Are we going to Elroth? No, right? No, we're going to 8. So, we need to go to the ancient temple. And we also need to sell our shit. We'll sell our shit once we get to the place, because in the place is where we get there. So, we need to go back over here. We're just popping over.
Come aboard!
There we go, dagger wound. Why?
Anchors away!
That was weird, it wasn't letting me click on it. Okay, so... Turn this off, turn this on, save the game, let's go. And unfortunately we don't have the ability to learn vampire skills at the moment. We do need this on. Where are we going first? The merchant person is I think on this island, right? Yes. So is the expert body person. So, where's the master merchant? I guess we'll find out where the master merchant is here. Armsmaster Master is here, right? Not expert. So, we'll need to find the expert Armsmaster trainer. I don't know that it's going to matter, because we have both Expert and Master Armsmaster in Freehaven, which is coming up pretty soon. Though maybe not, because I might just start doing dungeons for a while. If we end up just doing dungeons for a while, then we don't necessarily need to invest in the same way. So are these any good? Probably not that useful. We have a lot of crafting materials. Do I have any useful legendaries that I can actually get benefit out of with it? I don't think so. I don't have any super low-level legendaries. But we do have a lot of these. So, Do we have something that we want? To do that with? Probably not yet. We'll worry about that soon, but not at this exact moment. So we need to go to the inn, and we need to sell. So we'll get those two things done, and then we can continue to make progress. I think we'll be fine in here. We know the route for what we want to accomplish. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody who's immune to poison yet. We haven't found a single poison immunity item, which is fine. It's you. We need to sell this, right? Yes.
I'll ready you for battle.
We're going to inventory 4. I believe we're comfortable selling this.
That'll be useful. That'll be useful.
Weapon. Grognarg. Okay. Sell that. Get this out of here. Don't think I need a 10 power catalyst. We can sell that.
There's no
Don't
room.
think I need this. No. What is happening to my crafting items?
I have too much.
They're all wandering off to... Oh, do I have you set as a... What is the button? Oh shit. The button is... Yes. No. No alchemy preference when sorting. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So we now have a bunch of alchemy items in this person's inventory that we do not need. Which is fine. And I just sorted all my gear, so now I have this inventory that has a bunch of stuff to sell mixed with stuff that probably isn't meant to be sold. Poison
I
spray.
can use this.
We have Tolber's Pulp. We have Heal.
I wish I could learn that.
Can't learn it.
Okay, we don't need this in this inventory because we don't want to sell it. These can't be sold in this way. Okay, all this is stuff I can sell, I believe. We have you. So yeah, we'll just
I'll ready you for battle.
start clearing this inventory. Where's the armor? Armor's back here somewhere, I think. Is this the tannery? Yes.
We got you here.
Nailed it first try. Okay, so that's done. I don't want to sell that necessarily. Enchanted Claw Amulet. One interesting Claw Amulet. We have another Unconsciousness Ring. Do you have an Unconsciousness item? I don't think you actually do, right? So this should... Oh wow, I have an unenchanted helmet right now? How many characters have just fully useless helmets? Just the one. Sell this, can sell this, can sell this. I'm gonna try to keep my ring situation under control this time. We're gonna make an effort. Because I do not need to have a shit ton of rings that I'm not going to use. I was thinking that I might like rework some rings later, but honestly, I don't know that that's
Can't wait to cast it.
a
I
particularly
can use this.
relevant concern. Let's see. We're eventually going to want to remove that. This is fairly high stats that don't really matter in the face of this. Okay, we have a luck plus 11. So you have the unconscious cloak you do. Is everybody immune to unconscious? I don't think you are. I'm going to give you this. With this, I believe everyone might be immune to unconsciousness. You are. We have 2 of them on you. And how about you? We have 1 of them on you. Spell points, personality. We don't need this on you. So we can replace this useless one with this one, which gives +6 Arms Master, which is interesting. Oops, I took off the word. I have a +6 somewhere. So we can benefit on this character from getting 4 more Arms Master. We basically get double the bonus from Arms Master. I feel like we might want to just do that. 9, 10, 11, 12, so it's 10.5 times 4. So it's not something I can do right now, but I can work my way toward it. Expert Dagger versus normal arms is kind of a toss-up. We get a little bit more damage out of Arms Master. But we also get a bit more speed. No, it's not much of a toss-up. It's a considerable upgrade. Like the Arms Master is more efficient as long as I have less skill than I have item. And it's only going to get more one-sided in that regard until we reach that limit. So that should, and that's a limit that we can raise as well. So let's, how are you doing? 184, 262. We really need to get some good and proper weapons. We have the 2 characters that are both
We got your gear.
dagger users don't have dual daggers yet because we just haven't found enough good weapons. We found we're still using the stuff that we got at the very beginning, I guess. So I think there's a magic thing over here. There's an alchemist here. Is there a? This is the weapons store. Is this? I think this is just an alchemist. This is cures and curses.
Tombs of knowledge here.
It says cures and curses, but it's only elemental spells. It's not.
Have a seat. We'll be right with you.
Alright, so we can fill our
Coming
packs.
right up.
And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this inventory how it is. And go to...
We don't need this.
a mostly fresh inventory, or just completely fresh inventory on everybody. These boots are not going to be able to compare with this. Oh god, that's so good. This is going to be such. These are going to be such insane boots once we've got them set up. And we don't need an item to do the thing. We could actually put, if we wanted. I don't remember if I established what enchants I wanted on it. Oh my god! And we could stack it. Oh my god! We could stack it with the other thing. Can we? No, right? What weapon is that on? It's on a weapon or something, right? It's on something I'm not using? Increases the resistance base effect, yeah, okay. So we don't want this on an axe. This is like a very suboptimal setup for an axe. And we don't have as many axes in play. We're only going to have... Wait, we can dual wield axes now, right? I have Axe Expert. Oh shit, did I sell my axes? I sold all my axes, didn't I? God damn it. Because I can't dual wield this one until I get Master. So, I just am a dope. And sold... I had a one-handed axe. What a dope. Look at this dope over here doing dopey shit. Okay, so we're gonna pop over here. I think that we're ready to... Do we have... I say we're ready as I like open all of the incorrect inventories. The most incorrect inventories I can find. Let's open those. Okay. So we're popping over here. We're gonna grab... I don't think this game is going to be relevant to us. I think we already did it. And now we just pop up here. So we're going to make a couple of saves here. So we're saving this under test. We are also going to save this under pre-temple, because this is a bit more of a risk than some of the other things that I've been doing.
It's a little dark in here.
Hello, friend. I guess I should have talked to him, huh? Alright, so we're going to jump over here. We're going to land on top of an enemy. We're going to get poisoned on 2 characters. It's going to be great. We jump here, jump here, jump here, jump here, jump here. And cure poison. We're going to get around this corner while that opens. We're going to get over here. Please tell me you're not still poisoned. You're not still poisoned. Okay, we're fine. Okay. So we're basically... Wait, what? Oh, there's a leech! You've got to be kidding me. How fucking dare you? How dare you? Don't leech me, bro. Okay. Why did I do this? I don't need to open this. Oh god. Oh god, this is the boss. Okay, well this is a boss. There's also a leech over there. So we know that we have both a leech and a venomous... Okay, are you just confused? Or what is happening with you? You're not hitting me. I'm not going to complain too much, but...
I'm hurt.
Can we... Oh god, there's another one? Oh boy. So the thing is, I forgot how you... Wait, what? Oh god, this was the wrong... I don't know why I thought I was in that other room for a second. I absolutely had that. I just needed to not fuck up at the end there. I saw the room and went, oh shit, this is the room where the floor falls away, not the room that I think we're in. And we weren't. We were in the room that I thought we were in. So... I distrusted my initial thought, and first thought was in fact best thought. God, that's rough. I feel like we definitely could have had it there. We 100% could have had it there if I hadn't just panicked. We might have even been able to brute force that boss down, but I don't think that we could have brute forced that boss down. I think that was not going to work. But okay, we have a boss here. God, I can't believe it. I can't believe I did that to myself. That was so silly. That was so silly. See, I couldn't have done this. What I'm doing right now wouldn't have worked because of the leech.
We got
Which is part of why it's so upsetting to me that I didn't succeed there. Because if... Well, it would have been fine if I had failed because it was hard. But I failed because I did something really, really stupid. Like, I panicked and did something really dumb. And that's not the way that you want to lose. So what I could have done there was... All I had to do was jump across the chasm, which I knew. I knew that the red in that room was downstairs. And I got thrown off by it when I saw it in the minimap at the very beginning, even though I then consciously knew what it was. I eventually realized, like, oh, right, that's the ones from downstairs. I can open up this thing. I don't know why I was opening up that thing. But I'm, like, doing all these things that are confirming, yes, I know exactly where I am in physical space. And then despite having confirmed time and time again that I was where I thought I was, I then acted as if I wasn't, and that I had to, like, do a completely different thing. And it was just sad. I just didn't have the RAM to catch up to the position that I was in. And so my brain was working from behind the whole time. And just never got out of the fixation that maybe I'm not where I think I am. However, this dungeon doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard. Like, generally speaking, this seems fairly simple so far. Usually these enemies, when I'm getting in here, are really doing a lot of work. And I don't think that's going to really happen as much this time, because we're coming in at such a higher level than usual. We're usually coming in here, like, immediately. And we're both higher level and have better gear, right? Okay, we're not in the red anymore. So I think... Do I want to clear some of those first? No, it's fine. We'll just do this. We have the ability to do that, like, the real easy way. And the hope is that these will lock in sufficiently that we don't die. I'm actually going to get over here, because there's an exploder in play, and the exploder is going to cause problems for me. We need you to come back up. Oh shit, who's on me? So there's somebody on me. Oh, we just got poisoned. Oh, oh! Got it. Okay. That wasn't a poison, so we don't have a poison in play, I don't think. Do we have a poison in play? No. No, we do not. Now...
We got it.
Okay, the Winged Serpent Exploder is here. Okay, take out one of them.
Oh, yes.
Okay, same here. Alright, all set. So we should be fine once the exploder is down. And we can clear up the remainder of the ones that have leaked. We do still have to be concerned about being burst down by, like, a lot of them attacking me at once here. That's a concern. You better not be poisoned or I'm going to be very sad. Okay, we're not poisoned. I forgot. I can use this to heal up. Okay. Okay.
Go.
Okay. All set. So we've got ooh, that's a two-handed axe. That's useful. Might be garbage, but it might be really good. Okay. I don't know if there's another boss over here yet. We'll find out. But we do know that once we've cleared this out, we have the ability to save here. So we're going to do our first save right here. We have 2 more saves we can do. We can technically do more than that. But I don't have to do this for any real reason, I don't think. It just gives me the staircase. And I obviously don't need the staircase. But we're going to do it anyway. Club, got a crafting item. Alright. So, how are we doing on EXP? We have Might and Magic 8 up to 11.06. I think we'll definitely be able to do this. I think we might be able to literally just fully complete this. We might be able to complete the whole dungeon. Now, there's obviously the issue that these enemies are going to be worth less than the later enemies are. Okay, that's a dagger. I'm very tempted to identify that, but we're not going to identify it yet. We're going to leave it. We're aggroing these, and then for these, we can just get to any of these corners and just play the corner. And getting to the earlier corner means that it's less of a pain in the ass later. Because by doing this first one, there's not as much room for error there. That is a lot of poison. Holy shit. Okay. That is a lot of winged serpents. I wonder if she got double poisoned. Because there's 3 different categories. Poison. It's possible that 2 enemies both poisoned her. Because that was a lot. I'm fairly tanky against these in general. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Shit, that was a lot more than I expected when I got that deep. I was deep enough into it already that I was like, there's probably not going to be too many here, right? And it's like, oh, never mind. We're going to see if we can just clear the leaks. Oh, that was poison, wasn't it? I think that was poison. Okay. Have to be careful. That was a lot of regen. Holy shit. I'm looking forward to getting expert regen. Unfortunately, because it's only in the one place, it's going to take a while before we get there. Like, in order to get expert regen, we literally have to go to the place that is full of Cyclopses. So, expert regen is going to take a while. On the plus side, it'll be basically free when we get it, you know? Like, at that point, I don't imagine that 100 grand is going to be that big of a deal, because we're going to be getting masteries by the time we're going to Iron Sand, I think. Especially because we're no longer going to be making really rapid progress through the overworld maps. Like, the days where we were just pounding through the overworld are broadly over. Whoops. Well, you know, I should have at least pressed spacebar to tag the thing if I was going to jump early and just whiff it like that. Okay. Oh, can I guess I can't make that jump easily. I thought that was a trivial jump to make, but it doesn't look like it's a trivial jump, actually. Alright. We got there, but it's not... It's not trivial. Okay. Not a trivial jump. Okay. So this one we can just tag. We don't even need to go over there. I'm just going to put everything in inventory 1. Did I double check this one? I didn't double check it, did I? We're going to have to go down again. Oh, well, we're going to have to go down twice again, it looks like. Because I walked off the cliff. Very talented. Okay, we've got 60 grand again. Yeah, getting all these dungeons done is great.
Too much.
Because by getting all these dungeons done, we're getting ourselves a lot of money. So it's going to be a big, big deal to... So we did it correctly that time. This is definitely a shorter trip, so we're going to take this route. And I'd like to clear out easier stuff rather than harder stuff. So... So I think that we are going to... Nope. Okay, that's all of it. Do we... that's concerning. I forgot... Ooh. This is concerning. Way too much damage. You're weak, not poisoned. The Quotals have a ranged attack, so we have to be concerned about that. We have to be concerned about poison, but I don't think they can poison with a ranged attack by default. The venomous ones can, but not the normal ones, I don't think. Oh god, they are pounding away. Oh jeez. Ooh, this is concerning. Clearly, I should have. Did I add a reload for when I failed here? I don't know if I did or not. We're going to go ahead and add another one just in case. I feel like I probably did, but I'm not positive. So, I'm just going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to dive you first, because you are in a position where I can beat on you alone, which means all of the damage is going into a single target. I think that's useful. We're going to just jump across here, start tagging this one, I guess, and start targeting the next one. And I guess we need to jump down. Because... Ooh, nice! One of them came after me. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. But yeah, once we're dealing with the Serpent Men, we'll have an easier fight in this room to deal with. So it's actually tempting to go into that section instead. How are we doing? We have one more. We have 2 more saves. It's just a single serpent, except for the ones that are behind it. Okay, we have this one. Serpent is making my life hard. You need to get over here. Please tell me you're not poisoned. I don't think you're poisoned. If you were poisoned, you'd be way lower than -88. Okay, you're not poisoned. We're fine. Whew. Remove curse. You're diseased, unfortunately. I need to get expert body on somebody else, which means that it has to be the ranger, because we're not going to get the monk promoted for a while. Right? Like, monk promotion is a ways away.
Well, we got that one. I'm hurt badly.
Okay. Okay. Oh. So, I'm currently over here in a place where I can hopefully drop them fast.
Yes.
I should probably check how we're doing on EXP. It's my thinking that we'll actually be able to... We'll be able to clear this whole place, I think. We're at 37%, and we haven't even caught up to the other 2 yet. Right? Like, this is going great. Okay, we have more of these. And I do think that it's 100% optimal to clear these out first, so that we have basically so that every enemy that we're clearing is a discrete enemy pack behind a closed door. Nope. That was pretty fucking close. We might have been able to keep up with Remove Curse. But we also might not have been able to. Also, that was a lot of damage. Let's see. I have this set to F.
Yes.
Let's use that. Okay, those are toast. If we can clear out all the winged serpents, then our risk of death is much lower.
I'm hurt.
Okay. That is concerning. We might be able to do a lot of good work here, because this is not a bad corner, actually. This is a fairly good one. They're on the other side of this wall, and this is a slope, which isn't optimal. But it's not a very steep slope, so we can be pretty close to where they're standing. I think now is a good time to save. We've cleared that entire room, and I think we've cleared, like, several rooms since the last time we saved. So we're going to make a save, and we're at 44%. So we're now about 2/3 of the way through our necessary clearance. So I think at this point, this is probably going to be a pretty easy pull over here. So I think I want to take this pull over here first. I think this is the strat. This pull, I should be able to block behind this wall, at which point it's free, right? And maybe it's not free. It looks like it's not free. So we have to be a little bit concerned about this. But we did just save, so if it's not free, hopefully it'll be close to it. I'm not sure if the wall's a little too thick or if I just was badly positioned. I might have been positioned too far the other direction. Oh, I'm not even against the wall. I'm a dope. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. I don't think these are going to be as strong relative to the little ones as they usually are. Like, these are usually a major, major increase in power level. And I don't think that's going to be the case here, because they're already going to be, like, 20 levels higher. So, like, everything in here is 20 levels higher. So, I think that they're going to be a bit more equal than typical. How does this work again? This is a thing that opens, right? How does it open? Right, it's one of these is a switch that opens that up. And I don't remember which one it is. It's like completely... Is it this one? No, it's not. It doesn't kill me though, so that's good. It's not that one either. It's not that one. Okay, we're gonna go clear some enemies. Yeah, I don't remember which one it is. I think this is a bad corner. That's gonna work badly for me. However, we have the winged serpents to deal with, and once we've dealt with the winged serpents... Ooh, I don't like where you're standing, friends. Okay, clear these, then dive these, which probably not optimal, because they can't poison us from range. They can poison us from melee. I'm doing a cure poison there. I didn't see the proc, and I don't think there was one, but I'm not going to take the risk. I guess I could have done some information gathering there and just looked, but that's fine. Okay, that's one down. And yes, I am relying fairly heavily on the fact that these are not very strong. So that's only doing like 100 damage with its lightning bolt, which is not very much damage. That's a very weak hit for my current party. Obviously, without preservation, I'd still be risking lethal there, but as long as I have preservation, I don't think I have to worry about the winged serpents tagging me from range and killing me instantly. What the fuck just happened? Why did all those bodies just appear? Didn't I loot those already?
Who's next?
Am I being haunted? What the fuck just happened? Did they fall into the pit and die? Is that a thing that can happen? Like, did they fall into the pit, die, and then the game said, "Oh no, these are out of bounds now," and then move the corpses up? Maybe. No idea. Oh, that's regenerating. We should not try to fight that. Because if that poisons me, I am in deep shit. Not in the game vanilla, but enemies that go out of bounds usually respawn in bounds. I don't know where they would respawn in this context. I feel like they should probably respawn at their spawn location. Okay. I'm going to move over here just so that we are locking them as appropriately as possible here. Yeah, the mod like teleports things back in bounds, and I don't know if that. I don't think that there's ever any interaction with like damage floors or traps or anything with enemies, so I don't imagine that they could fall down there and die. But I don't like. It felt like the corpses respawned, right? Because I think those were in the exact same location as the corpses that I had just created, right? I don't know why I'm jumping. Oh, that's why I'm jumping constantly. To reset the issue there. Wait, were you? Okay, you are trying to attack me here, so I do need to. Okay. So that one's toast. We're at 52%. We have baby snake there.
We got it.
We're going to stay here until we see something that looks dangerous enough to need to leave. That's not a warrior, is it? No. Wait. Oh, I have Identify Monster as a skill. I picked that up. I forgot I had even picked it up. I'm shocked my Identify Monster skill just worked. Oh, is that a boss? I think that's a boss. It's not. It's just a normal warrior. The warriors are so huge that they look like bosses all the time. We're fine. Okay. So, we have 2 passages we can go through. That is a normal warrior. That is a poison effect that we're going to... Oh, boy! This is a bad idea. We're going to keep going. Jump across. We're going to get over here and jump across. And there we go. So, on the plus side, the Serpent Men don't have range attacks. So if I do get them into position, they are a significantly smaller threat. By which I mean they're not a threat once they're in position. Whereas the snakes are the Quaddles are dangerous no matter what. And they're just more dangerous in melee because they have the ability to poison, and they don't have the ability to poison unless they're melee. Okay, we're going to spawn a warrior here. How are we doing? We're doing great. We're making good progress here. Okay, that was locked in a position where it couldn't fight back. This one is not,
Nice shot.
but I have pretty good DPS right now. And I think we're going to be able... It is funny to think that we have just this section to clear, and we're only at 59%. So like 40% of the enemies in the dungeon are in just this little section right here. So... It's interesting. My ear is a little sore. Like the, it's... I think I just saw a summoner question mark.
Ow!
I'm gonna sit here because I didn't see. Okay, I'm assuming that this is gonna start going badly very rapidly,
Glad we got that one.
and that once it starts going badly, we might just get boned. I actually am at 61%. We're so close to being able to just leave that I should probably go save again. Now that we've cleared this pack, do we want to do that now? Yeah, we should go save. So I think it's probably faster to go this way. I don't think we have to go that far even. Okay, we just have to get to here and save this under dungeon. Everybody is fully chill and fine. Okay, let's summon the Superman warrior here. Luckily, we can just fight the warriors straight up. Like, a single Superman warrior is a threat, but it's mostly a threat in the sense that it could proc poison on me, or, like, whittle down, like, my weakest characters in a couple of hits, as opposed to being, like, dangerous in the sense of like, oh, it's gonna one-shot my team, right? We're gonna move. We're gonna stay here for a second, but we need to get out of here. This is not a safe place to fight. You're at negative 287. Just in case, we're immediately casting Cure Poison, and we are playing very dangerously here, but that's because we just saved, right? When you save, you play more dangerously for a while. That's how you do it. I think that's a reasonable way to play.
Ow!
We didn't kill the warrior first, but we got it eventually. Okay. So, how many more warriors are in play? And because we're coming into this so late, if I was going to do this again, I probably would come and do these earlier. I didn't realize that I'd be able to sort of just shift over. Now, obviously, it's not entirely fair to say that I could just like jump over here. At low level, I might get way too much experience from a dungeon like this. So it might be that I'm kind of like right now reaching the point where I'm not going to get a kind of overwhelming amount of experience out of clearing this dungeon. So it's possible that like it's possible that this is, you know, something I'm unlocking now-ish. Ooh, that is deep concern. Okay, I don't think I saw the... Okay, we're gaining HP, so we're not poisoned. That person is poisoned. We cannot take any more damage because we need to basically just be spamming heals. And no, they're dead. They're not dead? Why are they not dead? Oh shit, I didn't care for the pulls up. Why are you not dead? Is Malika still in here? Does poison not do... Does poison not cause lethal? Because I feel like I should be dead right now. I mean, I'll take it. Is it... I wonder... Because I feel like maybe the sap effect isn't triggering a check? Or something? Or maybe there's some... There might be a problem with the way that it's calculating, right? I'm not going to reload for that. Because... I'm not. But that's interesting. Because I feel like I should have been dead there. I'm wondering what caused that. Because I feel like I've pretty consistently been dying when I get below negative max HP. From, you know, all the damage sources that I've had before.
Who wants some?
I will file a bug report later. Oh, you're in here? Is poison supposed to not do lethal damage or something? Because I got sapped down to like almost negative 1400 like HP and didn't die on Choppily. So I'm like wondering if like what caused that to happen, because I'm not sure if it was like the threshold was increased somehow. Like something went wrong with the threshold criteria, or if it was the poison effect dealing damage in a way that wasn't triggering a check, like a death check. But I don't see why that would be, because you do a death check immediately. Like if you heal yourself, you usually get a death check. Oh, it's triggered after a hit. So basically, I'm not going to be in as much danger to things like... can Leech cause it? Does Leech count as a hit for that effect? Let's see. Gotcha. So basically, base preservation rules apply where it's preventing you from dying as long as you have it. And if you don't have it, then if you get to negative endurance, you're going to die from poison. But if you have preservation in play, you will not die of poison, basically. Okay, so you need to be picked up soon. Though apparently, you'll be okay. That's really good to know. Unfortunately, we fucked up badly there. Oof, that is a very significant negative. So, okay. So that's specific to the ability to bypass preservation. So preservation will still protect you fairly well against stuff like basically bleeding out to poison, right? Which is good, actually. I kind of like that. Because there's a big difference between taking a huge hit and like kind of like bleeding out over time as a death behavior. As long as it's yeah, and of course, yes, it sets you up for getting killed by anything else, right? Which is obviously dangerous. So like so venomous explosive, not venomous, but venomous enemies that use like fireballs and stuff like that are then even more dangerous relative to the others because they also have the ability to combo off of their thinger in a way that other enemies can't necessarily do. Yeah, that's very good to know. So that's set. I think we've cleared all of the ones on this side. Oh, we have the ability to leave now? Question mark. Did we get the... Wait, did we get the message yet? I don't know if we've gotten the message yet, actually. I don't know if we've gotten the message yet. I'm gonna stay in until 75% or so. I think I'm just gonna. Honestly, I'm just gonna stay in because there's not a lot of reason to leave anyway. I could leave if I wanted to like save and make my life safer or whatever. So that's that one. I think this is nothing.
We've seen one
Yes.
before.
Okay.
Come on.
It's hard, it's a little harder to read the map with the thinger there. Okay. My guess is that we can slow these down enough to... Yeah, what I ended up with a weird thing happening. The teleporting that happened, I don't think it was teleporting. I was thinking maybe it was teleporting just now. But I think 3 of the corpses actually respawned. It was very weird. Basically, I think 3 winged serpents that I killed prior, like, their, like, bodies respawned in the place where they died. Like, they respawned as corpses, like, they did their death animation in this spot that they died. And I don't know what caused it. I was just sort of fighting some enemies nearby. Like, I just run back in and started fighting some enemies. And I was thinking maybe something had fallen into the spike pit and died. But I don't think that's what happened, because I think the positions they were in were the exact same positions as the bodies from before. It's also possible that I just, like, flaked out, and they were, in fact, already... They weren't looted yet. I'd have to, like, look back at the VOD to see exactly what happened there. Because, yeah, it was a weird interaction where some bodies disappeared. Ooh, shit. We're getting out. We've cured the poison. Okay, they had definitely already been looted. Okay, so yeah. Basically, some bodies that I had looted reappeared, like, here and then here. And it was just kind of weird. Just think if we could replicate that. We could get an unlimited amount of loot. We could do the dragon strats. Only way harder than the normal way that you would do dragon strats, which is just kill a dragon and then save before you loot it and then loot it, and sometimes you'll get it twice. But just think, the power.
I'm hurt.
Don't. Let's see. Yeah, I did it as a kid as well. Let's see. Okay. is going pretty well.
Who's next?
Wait, how is it that we still have like 22% left? Wait, I just realized we've like cleared the bulk of these areas here, and despite that, we still have like 20% of the dungeon. Wild shit. Yeah, either way, we're fine because we haven't even gotten like a full level worth of experience yet. We're like fully golden. Yeah, no kidding, right? I always forget how many enemies there are packed in that little tiny room there. It's gonna be fine. It is gonna be fine. Honestly, it's not that threatening. It's pretty slow. Like the concern is basically getting gibbed, and that's less of a concern. Oh, that was a real bad position to stand in while I was doing that. I hope you didn't get poisoned again. You're not. We're fine. Because as long as we get over here, we're mostly safe. Wait, are you poisoned? Jesus Christ! I didn't notice you were unconscious, much less poisoned. I thought he just went unconscious. You know, we'd have a lot more reloads if the development team wasn't so very kind. So kind and generous. Alright, we're fine though. We're only at negative 700, it's fine. An exploder won't kill them now, so I feel like I can be a little bit more aggressive, though not a ton more aggressive. I'm realizing that that also massively increases the chances of Nosferatu being the target. So, oh god. Well, so speaking of this. What am I healing you? I should be healing you. Alright, well, you're gonna be pretty damn... Whoops, wrong target. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Okay. We're all fine. Everything's fine. We didn't die. Everything is fine. How are we doing? We've got 2 levels saved up. And I'm not at risk of getting gibbed by a single hit, luckily. Like, even if I'm low on HP, unless I'm fighting a boss, I shouldn't be at risk of getting gibbed, because they can't hit me for my max HP. So, open you. Don't do it.
Beats me.
I said don't do it, not do it. Okay. Got a ring. And we have an absolutely massive room here. And I'm sure that was the only enemy in this whole room. Hello. Did that teleport from a different room, or was that just standing there? Interesting. So that is not blocked off. That door is open. The long hallway there is open. Because they just came in through there. I'm assuming there's going to be more over here. That's a sure thing. Okay. Is that enough? No, we need to... We haven't mitigated the damage. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Whoops, wrong way. Nope. Everybody's going the right direction. I think we're gonna keep going. I feel like we have enough people unconscious that maybe we just keep going, huh? Okay. Okay, we've got one here. Easy peasy. And we've now layered them throughout this place, so we should have an easier time with it now. But there's 2 warriors here, though. Okay. Weirdly, we got them trapped, so we're all good here. Okay. Oh, there were 3 there? We're at 87% now.
We got it.
Got you down. Okay. So that one's toast. So we have a door here that's real. We're going to do all of the fake ones first, basically. That was spooky. More damage there than I'd like. This is another fake door. Then... Oh, that's interesting. They just zipped through this door somehow? Because they started in here, didn't they? Didn't I see them start in the corridor and run up? At me? Huh. Unusual.
Got him.
Okay, we're not going to go that way first. We're going to go this way first. That was not a good place to stand. That was, in fact, a spectacularly poor place to stand. We're unfortunately going to be dealing with...
We got it.
Imagine if we were immune to poison on literally anybody. Just imagine the life we could have lived. Imagine if one of the items that I've picked up along this dungeon actually has immunity to poison on it. It's not unlikely. It's like a fairly common affix. Oh, I already did this one. Okay. So we're doing this one. And then we just have... Whoa! Jeez! I am getting lulled into a bit of a false sense of security by the fact that I haven't fought any bosses in a long time. Because, like, a boss could just insta-get me, right? Wait, is that a boss? No. They just look terrifying. They're so big. Like, I feel like the issue with them is that maybe it's because their attack pattern has them go like this and like rear up and back like this. So like they look so much bigger sometimes than they do other times. Okay, so we open this. And we're at 91%. So we should be fine to just leave if we want. Do we want to fight 8% of the map right now? I think the answer is yes. I think it'll be fine. So we have Quaddle here. No, scary. The last save was, I don't know, a little bit before 65%. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like they can one-shot me or anything. It's not like the poison can kill me. It's not like there's a boss in this room. There's only 8% of the whole dungeon in the room. What are the odds that one of the many bosses that spawn in this dungeon would be in this room that has 8% of all of the enemies? Right? Like 0? I think it's 0, right? That's the odds?
Oh, yes.
I think it's 0. Oh my god, I've had water walking on this entire time. This entire time. I meant to do that. It was a deliberate handicap. I definitely didn't want to have... No wonder! No wonder my healing has seemed so garbage. It's because the only lifesteal I have is from vampires. Being vampires. Well, the issue with confidence is that I do think the primary threat that I have to me is just getting insta-gibbed by a boss. Like, getting swapped into an unwinnable scenario, or getting actually just instantly, like, just somebody hits no spiritus, or no spear at you, rather. That was an insta-gib, which means this thing has the potential to do lethal to somebody. So the lifesteal doesn't really help that much for this particular situation that we're in. So it's not going to meaningfully impact how confident I am. So we have that going for us, at least. I'm unlikely to... meaningfully go mad with power. Though I don't think that's the boss. No. Definitely just pop that one. Okay, don't think that's the boss. Perfect. So we have these two down. Nice. Okay, come on. I need you to come to me, and I need you to just, like, come to me. Actually, if I do this, can I just get you to walk up to the wall? Can I just kill you through the wall? No, right? You're not gonna come in here. I don't think you're gonna come in there. Open this. There we go. Fuck. That was close. Ooh. Still close. Oh, you're way, way closer to me than I'd like you to be. You're gonna be spooky from top to bottom, aren't you? It's gonna be how you do. Just wiggling myself around here. I'm just gonna come in if I just go over here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Why are you like this? Is it because you're so big? Is it because you're so big and honking? Are you honking? Is that what the problem is? Is the problem that you're honking at me? My guy, I need you to come in here. Now you're not even moving? Rude. Rude. Very rude. Oh, we're in the green now. Why are we in the green? We weren't that far away. Oh, I guess it's because it's very high up. This is so rude. How fucking dare you? How fucking... like, can you be more rude? Okay, he teleported back. Rude, right? Just watch. He's gonna get confused and teleport straight on top of me and insta-give no spiritu. No speratu. I know my names. Alright, we're all good. As long as this thing doesn't teleport on top of me and insta-give me, I should be fine. It did not do that, so we got it cleared. And now we can go back down in here and clear out the rest of them. I'm a little concerned that we're going to get another boss. And if we get another boss, that would be a problem, obviously, but as long as we're able to slowly pull this room, I think we'll be okay. The biggest concern is obviously getting just gibbed by a boss. I don't think that Espiritus can actually, like, realistically go down easily. It doesn't seem like they're hitting very hard on them. That sure looked like it said regenerating, huh? Get the fuck out! So we've got another boss. Hey, what are the odds that we have another boss, right? We're not going to have anything weird like that happen. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go, buddy. Oh, 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 yeah. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Jump. God damn it, how dare you. When I say thank you, that is not an invitation to engage in bad behavior again. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Wait, are you fully stuck on the other side of that? Because that would be hilarious. My guy, if I have to fight you here, and you detach and just murder me, it's gonna be real funny. I would prefer that you don't do it, but I also think it'll be hilarious. So if you do it, I'll respect it. What are the odds there's a third boss in there? None, right? There's no chance. There's not going to be a third boss in that room. It's not possible. Right? I don't think it's possible. I think it's mechanically impossible that there's another boss in here. Because that's how probability works. Probability definitely works where an unlikely event can't happen multiple times over a large number of chances. That's just accurate. Oh my god, it's a swift fucking... Are you fucking kidding me? What is this gauntlet? What is this gauntlet? Oh my god. The three of them are all, like, some of the ones that are the most threatening to get as well, because it's like, Swift... Whoa! Jesus! How did you catch up that fast, my guy? What the fuck? It's almost like you're Swift or something. It's like you're moving very quickly. You were like 3 rooms away. You usually tick around for so long. Oh god. Okay, well, you know, it's fine. I think it was the Swift one that hit Severian, did not, or not Severian, Shadow Barricos, that it did not actually kill instantly, so. Yeah, that's promising. Okay, we got there. Jump across. God damn you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Fuck. Please don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Whew, that was just about... That was just about worst case scenario. Holy shit. It attacked... So we do know that they hit for almost exactly my max HP, and it basically hit Nosferatu, and by hitting Nosferatu, it brought Nosferatu down to the point where Nosferatu was going to be at like 1 HP when coming back up, so it had the ability to tag Nosferatu a second time for the kill. That could have happened. It's not what happened, but it could have. This is fine. But on the plus side, I don't have to be... It just teleported all the way back! I'm literally in the green. Oh, that's so rude! Oh, that's rude! Oh my god. How are we going to deal with this? This is concerning. Honestly, at this point,
Beats me.
the most obvious choice is actually to try to lure it into this spot and hit this button.
Uh-oh.
And... Okay, they did not do what I needed them to do in order to make that work, unfortunately. Okay, we have you about half. Ooh. Wait, are they... No, they are attacking. At least some of them are. I need to get... I might be able to just clear it here. That's bad. It's very bad. Okay, that's actually good. Negative 200. That character isn't going to come back up, which means that they're not going to die. Poisoned? Rude? Rude! That's the boss's poison, too. Oh, God. Extremely rude. We're pulling out. Saving, imagine. Imagine. You know what's wild? That actually only barely killed Shadow Barricos. Or would, like, only barely got them below the point where that would have been lethal if the Venom was lethal. That's kind of wild. I'm surprised. That poison effect coming out at that exact moment was really rough. And it actually was okay. Alright, how are we... We're in the green. We've got 99%. But hey, surely it's impossible, statistically, that there's another boss deeper in here, right? Statistically impossible? I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm pretty sure it's not possible for there to be another. You know, funnily enough, so I am kidding. Like, I'm fully kidding here. Obviously, it's possible that all of these are bosses. But it isn't actually a fully random sweep, because it is like X number of enemies leads to Y number of bosses. So if I was actually card counting here, I would be able to tell you how many bosses are left within, like, probably one or two of them, right? Within one or two bosses. I'd be able to get the numbers mostly correct on the number of bosses that are left. So it is possible to be able to make those predictions and be accurate, and it was probably a pretty safe assumption that we had several bosses in here, at least 2, just by virtue of the fact that there was a conspicuously small number of bosses that we'd fought so far, right? So, like, the number of bosses it's kind of random because it's determined by how many enemies spawn. Oh, if it's at 100%, I can just save without using food. I forgot about that. That was the change that got made. That's also good, because it's very nice to be able to save in a dungeon without needing to use food when you've already cleared the thing out. Very cool. We'll just clear these enemies first. Who else is here? We're in the green. That's every enemy in the dungeon. We're saving under danger. It is a good change. I think I might have mentioned it as a thing that would be nice at some point, but I don't think I put in a feedback request or anything about it. But that's a really nice change. It makes life a lot easier when you're dealing with certain kinds of places. So let's take a look here. Bolster level everywhere is up to 20, and interestingly enough, it's not that deep. How do I open you? Okay, right. I need to figure out which of these is the right one. It's not you. It's also not you. I've already checked both of these. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Is it you? Is it you or is it not you? It didn't do the thing. Okay. Got the idol of the snake. So we have multiple things that we can turn in now. And we can basically just turn in one of the quests to get us tagged up. Because I think that we're going to need somewhere around 12.9, right? I think we need somewhere around 12.9. So the hope here... Did we get experience for getting through there? No. Okay. So we just got one of the big early game dungeons done. That's really solid. So we won't be able to do things quite as tightly as we have in the other playthroughs, but we might not actually need to adjust the routing that much. If we're being honest, the routing might not need to change that much. We can probably clear most of this stuff. I don't think I want to do this place yet. We don't have to. We established at the beginning of the run that we don't have to do the dungeons in order.
Sure.
I feel like that's going to be like a lot
We don't need
of
this.
EXP that
Let's
I
leave it
don't
behind.
necessarily want to have.
We don't need this.
But we'll see. Because I'd like to do the lower
leave it
level
behind.
dungeons first, rather than doing the higher level dungeons first. So we'll see how we end up routing this. But we got water walking.
I can't burn that.
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah. What's the idea? Featherfall, cure weakness. I already know it.
Junk. Junk.
Okay, we got another dagger. We could add a thing onto that, and it would give us a very good amount of extra damage. But I don't know if
It's
it's
probably
worth it.
okay.
We have ranger boots. That are
This
not
item's
that
weak.
impressive.
This item's weak. This might be
We
good.
have an okay thing there. We have plus 14 disarm. Does a
Not
lot of
too much.
cold damage. Not enough to be valuable.
This might
We
be
have
good.
Arms Master plus 11. Unfortunately, we don't use Arms Master. Let's see. Belt of Mana. That's, you know, a wee bit of an upgrade.
Junk.
We have Repair plus 3, which we don't need because we already have enough repair to get the thing done. Hold scroll.
Ah, it's useless.
Arms. Okay. This has Infernos on it if we decide to add it. So that's an option that we have at our disposal. Do we have a one-handed axe that we just picked up? Would that be just too useful to just have a one-handed axe? I don't think I found a one-handed axe. Life is sad. Okay. Well, poopy. Let's see. Is this an upgrade for you? It sure is not. Let's see. Do it. You didn't do it. Ooh, that could be interesting. Like doing doing it on horizontal, but doing solo, or doing it in terms of doing a single continent. It would be pretty. The only issue with doing something like that is that I feel like some of it would just take so long. Like if you look at the dragon that we fought at the beginning, right? We'd end up with a lot of fights like that, where you need to get it set up in such a way that it can't hit you because it's doing 7,000 damage per hit, and then it just takes so long to fight that like you basically die of old age. That's the one concern with doing like a horizontal run like that. But there's ways around that, right? Like my party is built to be durable, but if you're doing a horizontal run where everything is going to kill you instantly with any attack, if you get rid of the idea that you have to kill every enemy, because if you have to kill every enemy, then it gets really just, it's a slog, right? You have to get through so much HP potentially. So if you got rid of that rule, then you could potentially lean into like a particular DPS strategy that allows you to sneak your way into and tag very specific like enemy groups and enemy packs that allows you to get yourself to where you need to be. You need to do a lot of because you don't have to worry about durability at all, right? Like you can just leave bodybuilding at 1. You can leave your armor skills at 1. You don't need stuff like regeneration. So your party, the dynamic of how your party works changes a lot. So I think that it would probably be something that you could feasibly do. You would just need to figure out the pathing to get, I don't think that you could do it if you were trying to go from the beginning to the end of the game and trying to clear every area as you get to them or anything like that. However, I do think that if you set up your party in such a way that you could get yourself if you get invisibility, which I guess you could probably find a scroll somewhere, but if you could get invisibility to be able to get certain very key thresholds, you'd probably be able to make it work. It would just need to basically rely on going into places and clearing a tiny bit, just the bare minimum that you need in order to start powering yourself up, and then following that up with I've now got all this power. You backtrack and clear completely all of the stuff that was too strong for you before, and then you go to the next tier and you do it again, right? Where and the question is whether there would be enough experience available in theory to allow you to do it. And it would be easier with a caster party, potentially, but not necessarily, because a caster party doesn't really benefit from the really hard corners quite as much as a melee party does. So you might be best off with something like a cleric, a lich, and 3 thieves. Like something just silly like that, where it's just like the goal of this is to get as much DPS as humanly possible out. I guess thieves don't really scale in the early game quite as quickly. So you might split it up between like a knight who can make use of anything, like any weapon that you find at the beginning that's crazy good, a knight can make use of it immediately. So you might need a knight, a thief, and a death knight, and then a lich and a cleric. That might get you the job done. I'm not sure, but I feel like that might be the angle for it, is to get to try to get access to. The question is there an easy? Yes, you get mastery very easily if you start in Might Magic 6. In Might Magic 6, you'd be able to immediately just do the well. The first promotion quest in 7 is a nightmare for wizards, so you wouldn't want to go into 7. And for 8, it's... I guess you would start with maybe a necromancer? I'd have to look at what the mastery chart looks like for them. But yeah, I think that it could be made to work. You'd probably want a more like standard party, like the kind of thing that you would make normally, as opposed to like a very clean, like not mean, but like a party that's built for a very specific function, like a melee party versus a caster party. Because there's going to be a lot of sections where you're going to have to kill a thing across a chasm because you can't get too close to it. And there's also going to be a lot of places where you really want to be able to just stand next to an enemy that you cannot see. And thus can't hit with spells, really. And just beat it to death. And technically a caster party can do the latter, but because of how high level everything's going to be, it would just take so long. That I feel like you would probably want that mix. But I could be wrong. I don't really know. I don't play enough casters to necessarily know how it would be optimal to do it. So that's interesting. That got us up to 21. And I think I'm comfortable with that. I don't think that was a ton of EXP, right? Let me take a look. We have 2.9 to 6.4.3. Toke Merchant? Yeah, I got Merchant up to Expert already. We got there. I think I'm happy with this. I don't think that we could have gotten this with a significant reduction in this. I think that this is about the minimum that we could do. So it's not going to be a huge amount less than this. So I think that this is solid. So next on our agenda is going back to 6. Let's see, it's 12:30. Let's just do some selling and some inventory management. This has...
I have too much.
decent stats that are not good enough. Right, that has Infernos on it. Arms Master isn't going to be good enough to justify... Let's see. Do we want to go to 6? 6 is a little bit... the locations are a bit more coherent. Let's go to 6 to do the actual selling. So we'll do the selling there, and then we should be in good shape, I think. I'm really happy that we were able to get through there, because we have other quests to turn in as well here now. We have something, I think. we've got the prophecies of the snake. We've got the idol of the snake. And so yeah, I think there's like 3 of the quests.
We didn't get here in time. Come aboard. Anchors
Hop
away.
into Ravenshore. And we have 1 diseased character. That's fine. And now we go to 6, and I guess we do a dungeon in 6. So what dungeon do we want to do in 6? Oh, right. We do the temple, right? We're going to do the temple, but we're not doing it today because it's too late for that. But what day is it today? Saturday. Oh, we could try to do the arena. Do we want to, let's try to do the endless arena because it's not going to take 30 minutes to do my inventory management. Let's make 1 attempt at the endless arena. There's a decent chance we can make it happen. I feel like we're getting up there in power, right? Like we're definitely escalating. We'll just have to see how it goes. We'll see.
Welcome. Your supply.
Do this and
Beats me.
beach me. Okay, let's save it up.
Need a coach? Need a coach?
Go
Ready
to
to
the
go.
arena. We're on water walking, which is not what we want to be on. We want to be on this. Okay, so we do have disease. Anything else that we need to do before we... I guess no, because we can't save, so anything that we'd be doing we wouldn't be able to
Let's
save.
go in.
Right, we also have...
We got it.
So this is going to be, I think, easy now, would be my guess. Because these are going to be really low level
Got that one.
compared to what we were just dealing with, right? So this shouldn't be too much trouble, I think. Pirate Wizard. Yeah, this I think is going to be fine. So we can get this done. Very convenient that they have the melee AI, so they're just like running straight at us and periodically taking a hot shot. Got the boss right here. This is reflecting. It died already. I'm gonna loot it. We have the Coatls, which I think are lower level here than they were. Yeah, these are lower level than the ones that we were just fighting. So if we die, that would be very sad. We should be... Wow, how did we get so out of control? I feel like... Has it been a long time since I checked the arena or something?
Got that one.
Because I feel like the last time I came to the arena, I was still, like, really struggling. And now I'm, like, one-shotting some of these enemies.
We got it.
Like, clearly we should have been here earlier than we got here. Like, we took longer to get here than we should have, but that's okay. We'll clear out this one. We might go through a few of them, honestly. Let's see. So we're finally going to start dealing with... Okay, these are level 24, so these are double the level of the enemies that we were fighting just now. We're going to get into a better location, if possible. Let's see what happens when we get up here. I don't have any lifesteal if I'm not actively killing something. And I don't have any other real forms of healing. So we might end up just getting wiped here. Because we're just, like, not able to sustain through it. Oh, I'm out of mana. Oh, you have mana. You have the mana shield on. Oh. Mana shield killed me there. Okay. Okay, we got another reload. set. And then, what do we need to change? Do we need to change anything? Not really, no. We just need to do better once we get to the rat phase. The rat phase I need to prepare for better, because those are double the level. So the reason that I wasn't able to do it was I got to the rats and realized, oh, these are twice as strong. I'm not going to be able to clear this because they were just wiping me too fast. So that's the reason that. Did I not click on this right now? Okay, we also need to remove this.
Yeah, great plan.
Let's just double speed for now, because I think the first like couple of waves are honestly uninteresting at this point. They're half the level of the other enemies, so these should be doable even if I'm at double speed and inefficiently utilizing my in-game time on target. So man, we still might be able to do the next set. I think I'm gonna get into a corner here actually. I want to get into a good position to fight these from before we spawn the boss. There's the concern that the boss might be actually dangerous, and more importantly, there's the concern that we want the boss to be over here. Whoa! Okay, we're gonna tag this. Once this is dead, we can cure the poison. And then we're going to wait a little bit. We have regen, right? So we're going to wait just a little bit. We can't heal that much right now, because it's just pretty slow. And then we have the rats coming in. So I'm just going to stand right here. The other thing that I need to do before I forget is that we need to turn off Mana Shield on this character. Now that we have jump on this character, it's actually critical that I don't have Mana Shield, because if I run myself out of mana, I can't jump. And if I can't jump, that's like going to kill me. There's no guarantee that I would have been able to pull through the last encounter if I had jump available. There's no guarantee of that. But there's a fairly high chance that I could have actually done something crazy there. It probably would have resulted in me dying anyway, because I just didn't have. I don't have the healing throughput to pull back, to recover from the deficit I was at there. But the so is that the boss? Isn't that's the normal size? No, the boss has got to be. Okay, there it is. That's a thorn rat. Well then. Okay, then. Let me see how it is. There you are. Oh, no. That's concerning. Oh, I can hit you from here.
That wasn't so bad.
Let's heal up a bit. That explains why I've been zeroing out my mana. I was like, what have I been doing to zero out my mana each time? Alright, so we should be able to clear this. Got the thorn rat. Got the normal rat. And we done. Level 1 complete. Good job, team. So we're going to pop out of here because there's no guarantee that we would succeed if we did another one. And so we're going to be able to save
This
now.
is good.
Personality, endurance, not amazing, but it might be better than something we have.
How lucky.
Sleep and unconsciousness immunity, $20 resists, 47 endurance, and 23 fire resistance. Who has no fire resistance? You have no fire resistance. How's your gauntlets? They're not good for you, really. It's like 20% boost to your durability, supposedly. That's a pretty big upgrade. Fire is a very common damage type, almost like especially during the early game. I feel like water is a lot more common in the early game than it is in the late game. But fire is really common throughout the entire game. Like, it's a real common damage type. So, having fire resistance versus no fire resistance is a pretty major shift. So, this crossbow is basically just competing for a slot on somebody who has something that's made out of garbage. So let's go ahead and just give this to you, since this does nothing for you, basically. I guess it gives you some water resistance, which I did establish is more common, but we already have water resistance on something, so we don't need it. Alright, so from there, we have about 15 minutes left. I think that we are going to do our selling.
I can't.
We don't have the skill for that. We have 140 grand. So, what skills can we get expert in? It's going to take an eternity to get regen expert. Arms expert is going to take a long time. We got dagger expert. We don't have bodybuilding on you. We should probably get body on you. Is there a body trainer here? Merchant, expert chain. There's an expert water trainer here. Do I want to get expert water, actually? It'd be fairly expensive, but it would give me access to... What was that book that I had? Water walking. I don't need water walking on a separate character, I don't think. How are you... Wait, how are you so tanky? It's so funny that this is, like, my tankiest character, almost. Like, what is happening? Aspiritus is, like, really strong, and I'm not sure why. They're, like, very tanky. Like, legitimately. I've been realizing, like, oh yeah, they're like real tanky. And I guess it's just because everybody else is wearing leather. So since there's so much physical damage, that extra AC matters a lot. And they have a really good piece of chain. They have a decent helm. Oh, they have these good gauntlets. Oh, reduces damage by 3%. Okay, yes, they have that one. That's why. Okay. It's like, how are they not dying? Now we know. That's a really clutch legendary to have. Okay, next on our list is, we're going to sell some bullshit. Is all of this bullshit? We need Cure Weakness. Scouring Pearl we want to hold on to. Disarmed, don't need. Unarmed. I'm going to hold on to you. We'll eventually be replacing it with Hands of the Master either way. So that's like a character that doesn't have a gauntlet slot. Okay. So the weapon
Our
place.
actions are the best.
We can sell this. We can sell this. And then I don't think we need either of
Our
these.
actions are the best.
We don't need this. We do need this because this is their legendary. You hear that thunder? Let's go. Man, it's so nice. You know the other nice thing? We can have like the really cool like thunder in the background. And unlike when I lived in Florida, it doesn't immediately mean that I just immediately lose power. Like, anytime I would hear a sound like that, which is a very cool and fun sound, I would lose power in Florida. Because the network of, like, the electrical network is so shitty that I feel like the sonic damage knocks out the power. It's that crazy. It's pretty wild. It's also funny because my power went out at a unfortunate time when I was first talking to my wife. She'd asked me. She'd basically asked me like my real
Business was a
name,
plague.
because I go by Art, but that's not my legal name, right? I would say that it's my real
We
name
don't
at this
need
point. At that point, not really. Like, now it's my government name. Then it was, the name that most people called me by, right? But that was 20 years ago. Nobody calls me by my legal name now, not even my family. So, so back then, they asked that, and then the power went out right after they asked. Right? It's just like, boom, power went out. And they were like, oh, okay. Weird. Suspicious. And then the really funny thing is that, like, when I came back and said, I'm sorry, my power went out, like, they didn't say this to me until later, right? They told me this later, but, like, they didn't believe me at first. Like, they thought that I had, like, just, had a little freak out and then realized that I was being a twat and came back until later, because the power doesn't go out in Singapore. Like, the power never goes out here. So, like, it's like a crazy thing to say, is that, like, oh yeah, my power went out at that exact moment. And
Rarity.
when you live in Florida, it's like, okay, yeah, your power goes out every Tuesday, right? Like, it's, every time someone sneezes in the wrong direction, right? If you sneeze in the wrong zip code, the power goes out, right? And so anyway, I just thought that was kind of a funny thing, is because different places just don't have the same expectations, and it's a cute story from them. That, she eventually was like, okay, yeah, he was telling the truth, because the power just keeps going out. But I think in the time that I've been in Singapore, I'm trying to think of... I've had a couple of internet outages, right? And even those are like... people get very angry about those, but my internet probably goes down like a couple times a year, maybe. I think for a while there, my ISP was really doing some shady stuff, so it was going down every few months for like a few hours, but like that's like the limit of how bad it's gotten. But the I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but the power. I'm trying to think of the power. The power might have gone out once or twice since I've arrived in Singapore. So, like, in the last 20 years. Whereas, like, in Florida, it goes out every couple of months, right? Like, every couple of months the power's out. And some of that is hurricanes, right? But a lot of it isn't. A lot of it is just like, okay, well, we're going to have a hurricane that wipes out our entire electrical network come out. You can't dig. So you can't do anything underground. You can't dig. So if anything above ground is going to get obliterated by a hurricane, so there's no real reason to make something that can withstand a slight breeze either. If that makes any sense? Where it's like every year this is going to get knocked down unless it can withstand hurricane force winds. So why make it able to survive anything? Because that's way more expensive than just repairing it, all the time. Because the hurricane force winds are just too common. Okay, we've got 3 levels. It is currently 12:52. So I think we're going to end things here for now. Next time, we're going to go back to Might and Magic 6, and we're going to start the Abandoned Temple there. And that should hopefully go well. We didn't find anything too shiny, I don't think, in the dungeon we were just in, but we have made some endless progress. We've made progress through 2 dungeons, and I'm going to try to start clearing through as many of these dungeons as I can as we go on. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you again next time when we'll be doing great. I guess we'll be killing spiders, like one does. Later, guys.